Super sweet.
All right.
I was hoping you would switch mid-conversation because that's what we normally do. Hi, hello. If you're new here, welcome, travelers. If you're new here, my name is Brenna. I am your broken free from restraints DM. And welcome to
Those
Tales from the
pearly
Catacombs.
whites.
If only they were pearly and white. But they are something, and they are free. This is our tabletop RPG adventure that we are thrilled to share with you. This game uses the Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition system and rules, and the setting is a homebrew based on the rock album Razia's Shadow by Forgive Durden. Before we get too lost in our adventure, please be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a little comment below that helps the fun algorithms and such. Answering the following question. What is one goal that you have in the new year? The new year is upon us. What is the goal that you have in the new year? We were so kindly interrupted from talking about one of Catherine's exciting goals that I don't think she has much of a choice in at this point. It's happening one way or another.
It was still a choice. This
Yeah,
was
she
not
still
something
gets the option
forced.
to opt out.
Oh, no. Yeah. No. It is a choice technically. I just don't see a scenario where it's not happening, which is a good thing, mind you. Anyway, without further ado, please enjoy this session of Razia's Shadow, a 1,000-year interlude. Let's recap. I think we all need it after how much time? 3 weeks? 3 weeks if you're watching this
Well,
live?
here
It
at
was, about,
least.
it was about a month.
It was
because
last
the last time we played, it wasn't this. We did a one-shot.
Oh, that's right. Oh, even better. Anyway.
It's true.
Oh, shoot. Session 41?
We're on
Mhm.
session 42 today.
Yeah, I just needed the name of the last session. Someone remind me the name of our last session. The Hidden Colony. That was it. Session 41. The Hidden Colony. The Vivere stepped back into the mortal plane and found themselves in a swamp, which seemed to indicate they were sent where Leandra promised to send them. 3 of the 4 of them received sendings from the tricky tabaxi Helena Fresca. Sorry, I'm going back and forth. I'm trying to find a good place on my screen to read this. Beau's message was the most frightening. He had a location where something devastating was bound to happen. Ste'yn noticed an odd, hazy point in the distance. Before the Vivere could explore it, they were attacked by a group of bullywugs. They made short work of the monsters and met an inhabitant of the swamp as they rested. Pernorin, a furbolg, welcomed them to rest in his home. It didn't seem he needed the passcode, but he accepted it and recognized it as a name. Captain Nora Isalin's name. The Vivere took the opportunity to rest. They shared dinner with Pernorin and his wife, where they learned about a sickness in the swamp. They agreed to help find the source and stop it, and a sentry of the village named Dakian agreed to help them with a transportation spell to take them to Loria in Eustrum Mine, far to the north. The night passed peacefully. Even Ste'yn finally slept alongside her companions. The morning came, and Ste'yn slept through breakfast and early preparation. But when the others finally chose to wake her, she wouldn't rise. Poor sleepy, deepy Ste'yn. So, you guys are back in the guest hut. I keep wanting to call it a guest hutch, which makes me think of rabbits. It still seemed somehow, point being, the guest hut. It is fairly spacious in there. There's room for plenty of other travelers who might have found their way into this colony, but currently it is the 4 of you, only 3 of whom are conscious, as Ste'yn is unmoving in her bed, eyes closed and not responding.
Nose poking her.
As he does.
Is anything happening from doing that?
It does not.
Well,
Maybe pour water on her face?
Viola gets out her canteen and pours a little water on Ste'yn's face, being careful to avoid her nose and mouth.
Drowns her in her
Viola
sleep.
Viola takes her canteen rather than, I'm pretty sure there were some pitchers of water and such in the room for you guys, and pours it on, and she pours it onto Ste'yn, who does not appear to react other than now having little droplets of water in her beautiful lashes.
Wait, what phase of the morning is this?
By this point, it's probably mid-morning. It's after breakfast hours. You guys had eaten before you came back to her.
Okay.
Maybe 9, 10.
Ritually cast Identify on her.
Okay. So you take your 10 minutes to prepare the spell, hum or play your instrument. You'd think I would have this spell memorized forwards and backwards.
Identify?
Yes.
It's just if it's a magical object or something that's... So if it's not magical,
Affecting a
then...
person.
Yeah.
If it is a creature that you cast a spell on, it will tell me if there is any spell affecting that creature.
Spell affecting.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. There are no spells affecting.
I didn't think so, but Snow still would have wanted to make sure.
That's fair.
Where's
That is a
Beau
good thing
at?
to know.
I mean, I guess Beau's there. That's why I was asking about what time of the day was, because he didn't sleep there and he was hunting in the morning. So that's why I was confused.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I presumed that you guys had gotten back together to get ready to leave, and Ste'yn was still asleep.
Well, does anybody besides Ste'yn have the ability to message our friends that gave her the stuff that made her not sleep for so long?
I can.
That was a you can't or a you can?
Can't.
Okay. Well,
Says begrudgingly.
If you let me sit on it for a really long time, I could figure that out, but it wouldn't be a today thing.
well, I guess if she doesn't wake up for now, we just carry her along. I'm assuming she didn't sleep for multiple days, so maybe now she just needs to sleep for a whole day?
We can always get a wheelbarrow.
She's not that heavy. Surely I can just carry her.
She's in medium armor. I feel like that's going to be quite heavy.
Hey, I'm
Plus
pretty
Plus her
strong.
plus her other possessions. I mean, you might be strong, but it's a couple hours to get to the point we're going. You think that she
And
can
what
hold
happens
them
if
for
we're
that?
attacked during those hours that we're traveling?
Maybe the threat of danger will wake her up.
I mean, if that's the case, then we could just make it dangerous here in a more safe environment. I'm gonna cast Detect Thoughts on her to see if I can read her dreams.
Okay. You're looking at surface level thoughts?
Yeah.
Or you're trying to dig deeper?
For surface level to begin with, at least.
Okay.
What's going on in there?
Sure. You cast Detect Thoughts, kind of peering a little bit past the blissfully calm haze of Ste'yn's mind right now, and it is just very, very quiet. It is unusually quiet. It is still and calm. Sometimes the way Ste'yn might try to present herself, but certainly not how she was presenting herself the last few days. Yeah, it's just an unusual stillness, as if there are no surface anything going on.
Then we'll dig a little deeper.
Okay. What is the saving throw? I don't have any of my dice. That's
Like
what I
a
forgot.
wisdom save.
A wisdom save. Okay. Ste'yn, can you please roll that save with disadvantage, please?
Yep.
I need to get my dice.
Well, that sounds about right. That was a 2 for a total of 10.
I love that.
I did not have to roll very high to beat this because it's not even my spell save
Like a 13, isn't it?
DC. It's the items DC, but it's still somehow he still rolled low enough.
She's great at wisdom saves.
He's great at the thing she's supposed
Yeah.
to be proficient in.
Yeah.
Remember that religion check that started this whole mess? Delicious. Sorry, give me 1 second while I let you ponder what could be happening deeper in Ste'yn's mind. I need to go grab my stuff that is not in my hands. 1 second.
Although if she had made it, I could have used silvery barbs to make her reroll again.
Really.
Want to find out what's going on in there? Is anything going on in there?
That's what I want to know too.
At least
Thank you
she's
for your
sleeping
patience.
peacefully.
So, Snow, you recognize that there is some type of, that surface level kind of veil of just quiet and calm, this unnatural, but not scary. It's not intimidating. It's just calm and just kind of nothingness. You force your mind past it to see what else is digging deeper in there. And the sensation changes from a stillness, a nothingness, to some kind of vibrancy. It's a little hard to tell whether or not it is good or bad. It's almost like there's a clash going on. These kind of warring sensations of an eager, positive energy and potentially something trying to stifle that, to stop it and maybe kind of overcome it. Ste'yn, as you are peacefully asleep, not realizing you have kind of a tag along in your inner thoughts here.
Hello.
You remember falling asleep. You remember lying in the bed and it was relatively comfortable, relatively cozy. You guys kind of have a path, which is always nice. And you finally let your body just relax. Your whole sensation, your whole being just kind of melted into this puddle of stopping. Everything is just kind of stopped for the first time in, you realize you can't even imagine how long. You're just still. You hesitate to use the word peace, but you are still. And in this stillness, this darkness that's around you, coming from somewhere near you, you can't tell if it's in you or in front of you, but around you, there is this one bit of light. And it feels inviting. As you sit there with this light in front of you, in you, somewhere, just kind of encompassing you, it feels like someone sitting there with you, keeping you company. And you get this sensation in you that makes you feel like you've been invited to pray. Do you take that up? Do you have something that you kind of want to speak out loud if you knew she was probably sitting there ready to listen to you?
Yeah, she does. Where do we go? What do we do? Why? Probably just start spilling out one after the other.
These questions kind of start falling out of your mouth. You kind of imagine it might have been a chaotic, a hectic kind of feeling, but again, there's just this kind of forced calm about you. But the questions keep coming until it feels as if someone holds a hand up to you. And it's okay to pause and give a moment for an answer. You hear this soft, gentle, almost chiming, playful voice. And she says, "I've missed you, sister. Finally." That's all she says for now. As if she didn't hear your questions.
What do you mean, finally?
She says, "I've been waiting for you. I've been waiting for you to come to me. Not the other way around. I keep losing track of you, but it's much easier if you find me. Don't you think, sister?"
In a way? I think it's felt like I've been trying to find you.
It can feel that way. I wish it were easier. But it has to be your choice. You have to look. You have to come home.
Where is home?
And you can feel a smile. You can't see one, but you can feel it. And it's not antagonizing. It's just that playful little sister kind of smile. You feel a hand on the top of your head again, in a very familiar way. And she says, "Home has a way of following you. It has a way of showing up. It has a way of being where you need it to be. If you're looking for it. It's not always what you think it is. It's not always a front door. Not always a room you remember when you were young. It's not always a temple door either. Sometimes you have to just sit still. See who's with you. See where you are. You might be there already."
I'd like to find a home.
She nods. "I'd love if you came home with me. I'd love to have my sister with me, finally."
Is that an option?
"Of course it is," and she giggles. "It's all I've been waiting for."
How do I go home with you?
Well, first things first. You have to be looking. And For you, Ste'yn, the conversation continues. Snow, are you continuing to use the medallion? I realize I don't know how much time went by, and I think you get like a minute per charge or something.
Yeah. This is interesting. So he'll spend another charge.
That might have used up, like, I feel like that might have been like 2 charges there.
Okay.
If you want to use the third.
Sure.
Okay. I don't know if you get a saving throw for each one, or is it just if you fail it, you failed it.
Well, she would get a saving throw at the end of each of our turns, I believe.
No, you don't get a saving throw at every turn. The target knows you're probing its mind, and unless you shift your attention, the creature can use its action on its turn to make an intelligence check contested by your intelligence check, if they so choose.
Oh.
Yeah, so
Okay.
each turn.
It's not
It's a little
saving
hard to
throw,
do.
so,
Yeah, it's a little hard to do per turn, I realize. We're winging it.
Mhm.
I will say then, now that I have this knowledge, hooray for learning. Ste'yn, you do feel like there is an additional presence, almost like an audience to your conversation with Atala. How do you react to that one? Do you allow it to stay? Do you push back for some? Okay.
She's much more focused on the conversation than what's going on around.
Excellent. And it continues. She says, and you have to fall first. And she says that you almost anticipate some other shocking change in the scenery as you had seen before, and it doesn't happen. It's just what she said.
What do you mean by that? You said it before, and I don't understand.
It's difficult. It's tricky. It's a little scary sometimes to finally find what you're looking for. But if you want to know the how and the why and the what, well, you're going to have to brace yourself. It's a lot to know. I don't know if you're ready.
I want to be ready.
Okay. If you mean it.
I do.
Well, she looks up for a moment. You get the sensation of upwards. Everything around you is the same. Do you follow where she's looking?
Yeah.
And you look up, and you see the darkness first, and then kind of like a splitting veil, you see sky. It's evening, a familiar set of stars, and a familiar area from a long, long time ago. The sky that you recognize from up north, from where you're from. But it's not that same kind of memory you keep getting at the funeral. This, you feel much smaller, much more vulnerable. You feel like a very young child yourself. And you are alone in wilderness. Your hair dark brown and long behind you, as it once was. It's been a long time since you've thought of your hair like that, and your playful little arms reaching up to things. And then you hear something snap, like something stepping on a twig, but it's loud. Whatever it is, it's big. Something from darkness, from a shadow in front of you, steps forward. It's hard to make out exactly its shape because it's as dark as the shadow. It's as dark as midnight. And whatever this thing is, it has its eyes set on you. It prowls closer. It doesn't hesitate. It kind of bends down its these almost like big cat kind of arms, bending, ready to leap out and strike. And you, fearless as you are as a child, hold up some playful stick thing, ready to fend it off. And then it leaps. Snow, you watch as this thing, it's kind of an odd sensation of watching it kind of through Ste'yn's eyes and sort of watching as an audience to Ste'yn. Ste'yn, my dear. Actually, Ste'yn, what is your AC without your armor?
Without her armor, give me one sec. It is 12.
Okay. Okay. Snow, you watch as this creature that has been prowling and right towards her leaps out, and you see these tremendous jaws that look devastating. They're practically as big as this. You're kind of looking at this short little toddler-aged child, and this creature is assuredly about to snap down on it as the magic seems to dissipate and pulls you back. Ste'yn, what you feel and what you see are these jaws. In one instance, it feels like a game. And in the next, we'll find out shortly. Back in the hut, Snow, you've returned to the others in a few minutes. Mind back with them. Ste'yn doesn't look any different as she's laying there.
So, are we just gonna like sit around and wait for her? Are we gonna try to like do something else? Or we're gonna ask someone smarter than us if they know what's going on?
I think we should just push her. In a
Where?
wheelbarrow, where we want to go.
That's not a good idea.
Why not?
Do you realize how much trouble we attract on a daily basis when we walk around? Would you want to be unconscious for all of that?
We do sleep while we're moving about.
I mean, usually I'm more or less in the same place when I sleep, but nevertheless, when we do sleep, we take precautions. And if we get ambushed and she is unconscious, that's not safe for us or her.
Well, why are you assuming we're getting attacked?
Because we get attacked like every week.
Well, I recall a conversation where we wanted to be cautious, and you said we shouldn't act like that. So I think we should get a wheelbarrow and push her.
I do believe you said that fighting isn't always inevitable. Or something of the like.
I have no idea. That wasn't today.
Beau's gonna go find a wheelbarrow.
You head out of the guest hut. There's a bit more activity happening in this little colony. You know there are various people who work various jobs, one of which is surely something involving harvesting and such. Someone's bound to have something. You can walk around. Are you just gonna walk around kind of aimlessly searching, or are you gonna ask someone, or?
I mean, I'll ask somebody if he can tell that there is a potential they have it, like if they're farming or something like that.
Okay. You don't see anyone like that immediately, but as you go further towards the more kind of market-y side, or commercial, you might say, but none of it really feels like that. Yeah, you pass by one of these elevated homes out of the mud. You can see it's kind of lined with some drying herbs, and you can see some tools that look like they're kind of neatly set aside, maybe a little dirty from recent use. Looks like it could belong to a gardener. There is someone out there, one of these furbolgs. He's sitting in this rocking chair on his front stoop and kind of cleaning off one of these gardening tools.
Hey, do you have a wheelbarrow or something I can borrow?
Borrow? What for?
To push someone.
Someone or something?
Someone.
Well, that's odd. Are they hurt? Do they need to see a healer?
No,
got
they're
those
just
too.
sleeping.
Oh. Sounds relaxing. Are you gonna push them around the village, or are you gonna go outside with them? I don't recommend that.
Yeah, we have a place to go.
Oh.
But we're
Well, are we
coming
getting it back?
back.
Oh. Okay. Well, if I'm getting it back, then I'll only charge you for a temporary fee. A borrowing fee.
And that would be...
See. My very sturdy wheelbarrow. Been in my family for generations. Maybe 15 gold pieces.
Homeboy is crazy.
I mean, you can buy one for less than that.
Ah, but you can't buy one that's got family history behind it.
Is
gotta
there
sit there
somebody around here
stroking.
that doesn't have family history with their objects?
You won't find that here. We're all fairly connected.
It would bring it down if I said we were going to take care of your monster problem.
Monster problem.
Something by
Oh,
some big tree.
Oh. I see. We could talk about that. What would you say instead? Since you are doing a bit of a favor if you are going out there.
How about 10 silver pieces?
10 silver. How about 20 silver?
Sure.
Excellent. Then you can borrow it. He holds a very, very
You got
large palm
13
out to
gold
you.
pieces off the price. So.
You hand him 20 silver?
Yeah.
Okay. 20
And
silver it is. He nods to you and gets up, and he's a solid 2 feet taller than you are, on very casual clothes that are clearly stained with swamp mud and such. He goes around, there's kind of a walkway around the main house, disappears behind the back, and you hear the sound of the wheel going over each one of the planks on this little walkway as he brings this large wheelbarrow back out to you. It is dirty, as if it were recently used, and he says, "Sorry, we've been busy lately. You can wipe it down. It shouldn't hurt anybody. But cleaning it for you is extra." And he gives a little
It's
laugh.
fine. And Beau will take it and start pushing it away, and while he does, he'll use prestidigitation on it.
Okay. Yeah, easy enough to get it sparkly clean. Still, it has a little bit of, just it's worn down over time. It's a little rust looking on the metal, but yeah, you got yourself a wheelbarrow.
All right. And I'll take that back to them.
Okay. While he's out fetching a wheelbarrow, were you guys planning to do anything else in the guest hut?
Viola will try smacking Ste'yn around a little bit more. Maybe try to like peel her eyes open.
Okay. You try and force her eyes open, and they do open. Viola may not know this, but generally when people, humanoids, at the very least humans, sleep, their eyes kind of do that little shifting back and forth, and hers appear to not be doing that. She's just kind of dead eye staring up at you as you open her eyes. These dark pupils, these dark irises looking up at you.
Have
That's
we
a little
taken
eerie.
her pulse yet?
Have you?
Yes, he is alive. I was
You
reading
try.
her dream for 3 minutes.
You were what?
I read her dream for 3 minutes. What do you think I was doing?
I don't know. Just like hanging out.
That's fair.
Ruminating.
As you guys are, Viola is trying to see what might work and having this brief conversation with Snow. Ste'yn, in
Yes,
this
ma'am.
once very peaceful, and now, if you were cognizant enough, you'd recognize another element of that. The warmth versus something kind of shocking it and jarring it, almost trying to overwhelm it. This creature, this prowling beast, has leapt at you. Mouth wide, long, piercing teeth. It's slobbering just more black spittle as it tries to clench down on you. And you, in your playful way, kind of dodge aside from it. But that only works once. You're just too little. And this creature is too quick, too big. And before you even have time to turn around, there is a tremendous pain. It is nothing that your lack of experience in life in general has ever or could ever fathom. And you can't move. It has a hold of you. Everywhere that you are pincered, it doesn't just hurt. There is some kind of burning. It's not this just superficial thing either, the sensation. Where it seems to burn the most starts far, far more inward than even outward. As you can't quite make heads or tails of what is happening, there is a flash of light, something that completely blinds you, and for an instant, all of that pain is gone. Give me a perception check.
24.
Okay. The flash and the warmth, and when the pain dissipated from you, again, started from the very top of your head. Like a hand. A presence. And in a moment, you find yourself sitting again in this darkness with this emanating and encapsulating light around you. You don't feel pain. And even the memory itself feels more like it was told to you secondhand than something you truly remember. And you can hear Atala's voice again. You see, it's very scary to know the truth.
So that's what happened?
You can feel these intent eyes on you, even if you can't see them. Do you remember?
Like it's something someone told me.
So you don't remember. That's okay. You've only just started talking to me again. It's been a very long time. But if you come back, if you find me some more, if you'll pray with me,
Absolutely.
I'll hold your hand. I'll make sure you're not too scared. But there's more to remember.
Thank you. I want to know. It feels important.
Her smile went from eager to a little bit more solemn, and she's slowly nodding. It's important. But if you don't want to know, you won't know.
I want to know. I want to know the how, the why, the what. So I can know who I am. And why. And where that will take me.
Well, one thing I can tell you, it will take you to the light. It can fix so many things. But it is very scary.
Getting to the light is worth any fear.
I hope everyone feels that way.
Maybe if I do it, I can show them how. And let them know it can be done.
I think all four of you are well on your way to that. One of you may be a little more than the others. I think you'll be a great help to each other. Like a family.
They do feel like family, I think.
You'll figure it out. And I will hold your hand the whole way, as long as you remember to sit still.
I'll do my best.
I promise it won't be boring, because we can also play.
They've been teaching me what fun is.
And there's this giddiness in the light, a very childlike giddiness. And you, for just a moment, can kind of imagine if Rosie had a chance she would giggle like that. As you're basking in this kind of budding joy, and you still feel in the background, there is some tension still all around you, this warring of these feelings. Back outside of Ste'yn's head, Beau makes his way back with a wheelbarrow.
Right, Viola, load her up.
Viola will start to pick up Ste'yn and try to put her in the wheelbarrow. While she's doing that, she's gonna say, "How was it? Was like a day's journey away, right?"
No, he said it was a few hours. He said you can go there and back within a day.
Oh, okay. Well, I definitely think we can at least go halfway with Ste'yn. I don't know if we want to go all the way. We'll have to like make sure we're being careful once we get there, but
So she loaded
that's all
up
I
and
have
we're
to
good
say.
to go.
I'm assuming so, since I didn't have to make
Yeah.
any sort of strength
That's
or
why I was
athletics
asking
check.
Brenna.
Oh, you're gonna load her up?
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
Yeah,
you
I,
said
I said I was loading her up.
Oh, perfect. I'm sorry. I was trying to quickly take a note. Excellent. Yes. With Ste'yn's fantastic dead weight. Yeah, give me a strength athletics check, please.
Can
As you've been
Beau
trying
be
to-
helping
trying to
by
drop her.
Can Beau be helping by keeping the wheelbarrow, like holding
I
on
already
to
have
it so it doesn't
advantage on
scoot away?
athletics traits.
Okay,
I already
well,
have advantage on
you're
athletics.
more helped.
You're helped further in spirit.
Not quite a 20. 25.
Let's keep that unexplained. Not quite a 20.
Well, I rolled a
25.
19. I
I
was
know.
talking about what I rolled.
I know. It just sounds better that way. Yeah. You are able to you've helped Ste'yn a number of times too, when you guys have been together, just the two of you, and she's found herself exhausted. You've helped her. You can kind of get her balance and ease her into this wheelchair. There's no way to make her look graceful in it. But you know, she is not crooked and awkward in the wheelchair or the wheelbarrow.
If only we had a wheelchair.
That would be something.
That would have been much better.
That would be something.
Dana
You
Carter.
didn't ask for a wheelchair. You asked for a wheelbarrow.
This place it seemed like it had the medical necessities of a wheelchair, but wheelbarrow I thought checked out.
Buddy mentioned the kindly farmer mentioned a healer, but this also works. I like this plan. Ste'yn is now in a wheelbarrow, dozing along.
All right.
Well, we're off then, right?
Yeah.
As they begin to go, Viola is gonna like smack Ste'yn on the cheeks a little bit every now and then just to see if she'll wake up.
So wait, is our head towards the handles or is it away from you?
I
Like,
figured it was towards the handles so that
Oh,
way
okay.
she can see where
So our
she's
feet,
going even
so
though
our
she's
feet are
asleep.
dangling in the front, and then our heads over by the handles.
Yeah, so then while Viola's carrying it, she can like stop, smack, and then pick up and go again.
Okay.
I think the jostling is enough. You don't need to bruise her cheekbone.
I'm not bruising her. I'm smacking very lightly. I wouldn't damage her pretty face. Trust me.
Sure.
All right. Yeah. This is the best we've ever seen Ste'yn. This is Ste'yn at her finest.
You thought she was pretty before. Look at her now.
Country
literally
She's
Ste'yn.
has-
really pretty.
Yeah.
I hate it.
She has people who are. Oh, I get it. I heard what you said now. Get out.
She can't, she's sleeping.
Viola dumps the wheelbarrow over. She heard the pun in
Somehow I
Ste'yn's
just
thoughts.
know. Ugh.
I
Not
just know
anymore.
she's saying puns.
You guys start heading out towards the front of the colony. You're not too far away in the guest hut. You do see a couple of unfamiliar sentries who appear to be doing their route. They see you. They see Ste'yn. They look back up at Viola, who is, I imagine, carting Ste'yn, and give you a very questioning look.
Don't worry,
clearly...
she's alive.
We got this on rental. We'll be bringing it back.
She's just sleeping, but we have places to be.
Uh-huh. He
We
looks
keep
confused.
a tight schedule.
Did you want... Okay. Oh, all right. City dwellers. And he kind of lets you on your way. Sorry, that's my die. It fell down.
Snow is walking beside Ste'yn in the wheelbarrow, and softly telling her stories.
All right. Now, when you exit the colony and you cross back over that bridge, you can, and the haziness is behind you. You may recall, I think, that there were kind of two more direct options as far as a path that you could go. Otherwise, you're walking through the swamp. Do you know?
I mean, I
Where
believe he
you are
told us
headed
when
and-
we were at the dinner, because he was describing the tree and all this other stuff. So he told us about things. Beau brought out a map at a point, because that came up.
Yes. So I believe, if I recall, he said there was a northern path that you could take with one set of obstacles. You know, it's you know, you can pick which way you want to go. The northern path is a little less direct, but it will get you there. There's just other, you know, follow the river and find this
We'd probably
bridge,
take
cross
whatever
the
he
bridge.
described as the safest, considering one of us is sleeping.
Yeah.
Fair. I don't think I would leave it to you. I don't think he would have a thought one way or another. Both, he knows, you know, there's dangers in the swamp. So there's either the northern path. It's less treacherous physically. There is a bridge up in that direction. It just takes you very close to one of the large bullywug territories and some other things in the area. And then the western, like a direct western path, is the most direct, but the landscape, the terrain itself is more treacherous.
Then
It'd probably be pretty difficult to get a wheelbarrow through the western way.
I will leave that up
It's
to
just more
Viola,
direct and
because she's the
faster.
one pushing.
She's gonna carry the
Well,
wheelbarrow.
Do we think we can handle bullywugs without Ste'yn?
I mean, I think so.
But I'm fine with going that way.
I love that Ste'yn is just here for the ride.
North
Sorry,
we go
Catherine,
then.
I didn't know what they were gonna choose. I literally, this was not one of the options I thought they. Okay.
I mean, I didn't
I
wait
didn't
a
know.
month to just sit around in a hut waiting for someone to
Just
wake
sit and
up.
wait. You good? Do you have some miniature painting you want to get done tonight? A good book.
Oh, she's fine. She's fine. We're good.
All right. Excellent. You recall, I hope, from last session, and I hope no one in the comments calls me out on this, being told that if you're going to head north, just stay along the river path and you should be good. If you lose sight of the river, you're probably too far north and heading into bullywug and other creature territory. There are other inhabitants of the swamp that can be pretty territorial. So you start heading in a northward direction. It's not a very, very long journey, and this does appear to have a lot of that more stable ground, at least as you begin. You pass by the area you had first plopped into from the Fey realm and go even further beyond there. You kind of start to note after a little bit, Viola, you start to have some trouble with the wheelbarrow as some of the ground does catch you by surprise, that it's a little more soft than you recognized. There are more spots as you go that it's no longer that lighter, more dry, easily spotted ground, but a lot of it now just looks very dark, moistened, and some areas seem like it's almost impossible to tell like where there's kind of flat footing versus some spots where the ground just seems ready to grab at your boots or at the wheels of the barrel of the wheelbarrow. Still, if you stay along the river, it doesn't appear to be too much of a difficulty. I need all of you to please give me a survival check, if you would. Not you, Ste'yn. They'll do it for you. You're good.
I got a nat 20.
That's what Ste'yn's dream state looks like right now. 20, okay?
That makes it 23 total.
14.
14.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Excellent. As the ground is getting darker and you are kind of trying to feel your way through, are you guys kind of walking all together? Do you have kind of marching orders here as any kind of strategic
I feel like
anything?
they'd probably be around the barrel.
Just kind of
Yeah, so
circled
probably
around.
Snow
Beau
on
on
one
one
side,
side.
Beau on the other, and then Viola pushing.
excellent. Beau, you are, I'm sure, fairly confident Viola can handle this wheelbarrow with Ste'yn in it. And you're keeping an eye out. You can see pretty quickly where these more treacherous bits of ground are. It's no issue, and you are able to give the others some heads up. Viola is struggling a bit, watching the wheelbarrow, keeping her attention on that, and making sure she's following your footing. There is one spot where, Viola, you find yourself misstepping. You feel one of your boots sink into what you thought was just ground, but it turned out to be a bit of a puddle there.
Also,
And-
just as a note, once we left the town, he did put mage armor on.
Excellent. Viola, as you splash a bit into this puddle, you're going to take 2 points of acid damage. You feel it, this pretty sharp sting on your leg.
This mud is acid. It hurts.
Well, be careful.
But after that one little incident, you know to keep an eye out a little closer. You move a little slower, just getting your footing, but Beau has a pretty good handle of where you guys might more easily find your footing. I need you all to please also give me a perception check, please. As you are making your way further, maybe another half hour goes by. Find yourselves going relatively north, following this river.
18?
Perception, that's a 21.
Okay, 18,
14.
21, 14. Okay. All three of you note that it really is a shame that Ste'yn is asleep, because where you have been seeing some logs that kind of pushed up against some shallow banks, you also note some things that have pushed up against these shallow banks that are decidedly not sticks.
Wait, is 21
They-
a failure?
No.
Okay.
Why?
Well,
Did that
because
sound
you
like
were
it wasn't
saying about
descriptive?
lamenting that Ste'yn wasn't there to allegedly perceive something, so that's why I was asking if he was lamenting
Yes.
this because it was a failure.
No, she would be lamenting it because you quickly note as you pass by one of these, it looks like a more pale, just covered in muck kind of log. You determine quickly it is not a log at all, but rather what looks like bones.
Oh, okay.
Aw, Ste'yn's missing out on the skeletons.
Doesn't need more.
You spot some wayward bones that have brushed up. They look muck covered, like they've been there a minute. Some you keep going, and just further ahead, not too much further, you see what looks like a bridge that could get you across this river. You do also spot some other strewn about little piles of bones. But otherwise, you do spot this bridge coming up in the not too far distance.
Like human bones or like animal bones or?
Give me an investigation check if you want to look closer at the bones.
$21.
Okay. These are decidedly, the ones that you're coming across here are decidedly humanoid bones. And you also note that the closer you're getting in this direction as you're approaching this bridge, some of what you see are not just piles of bones, but you do see just a kind of crumpled up humanoid body that is mostly kind of drifted in the water, where this is now like a proper river crossing, with just, one arm floating upwards, mostly decayed, it looks like, from time, from the elements.
Are
and
we concerned at all? Sorry, go ahead.
You can see as you see more fully this bridge, and as far as it reaches to cross this river, the water seems to, it crosses fairly high over this water. There is you can see where it is situated on the ground. You can see where the ground slopes, although it's still relatively dark, and then hits the water, and you see this sturdy looking wooden bridge going across.
Do we feel concerned at all about the numerous amounts of human bodies and skeletons and things all around here?
No, particularly.
Not at all?
A storyteller would call that foreshadowing.
Does the body, like the body that we can see, does he look like just like a run-of-the-mill guy, or does he look like he was an adventurer that would look capable
What are you,
at
an
all? Like, is he wearing
anthropologist now?
armor? Okay, it's a body, it's not a skeleton. There's at least one body floating around in the river.
It looks like it doesn't look like they're some kind of trained soldier or scout or anything. It kind of looks like someone who might have just been journeying like any other travelers. And you do know that you have been told that the Furbolg colony has taken in people who were just traveling and needed a place to stay, so it could be a very ordinary person.
Well, they do just seem to be ordinary travelers, not quite as capable as handling themselves as we are. So maybe there's a troll on the bridge that we have to pay a toll to.
Well, if you want, I could sit on the wheelbarrow and look ahead with Claude.
Why do you have to sit?
I can't see or hear anything around me.
Well, we
So
can just
for-
stand here for a minute.
Okay.
I want to push both of y'all. This is heavy enough as it is.
I'm very light.
Is this familiar? Make my butt look bad.
Well, let's just stand here for a minute and have Claude go investigate.
Okay, Beau will have Claude fly ahead and look through Claude's senses.
Okay. Claude goes out. Oh, that's what I forgot to do. Oops, that's fine. Claude flies ahead. He stays out for as long as you have him summoned, right?
Yeah, unless he
Or-
dies.
Yeah, or anything like that. I wanted this guy. Yeah, he flies ahead, and you get this bird's eye view of the upcoming bridge. You can kind of see where the path, there's a path, like a proper path, kind of forms, and the land looks relatively dry. Stooping towards the water, it starts to take on that mushy, marshy kind of look. The bridge itself does appear to have it, like it looks very sturdy, and you see, or he sees a couple of things on top of the bridge. From his bird's eye view, he sees some more of these dead bodies, some more bones. You see some bones actually on the bridge itself. You also, that's out towards, more towards the middle. We also see what appears to be some fish, some food, some almost like an offering maybe, that's sitting a little bit once you walk onto the bridge. There's this like pile of food. It looks like these fish in a little pile sitting there at the towards the front of the bridge. That is his kind of eagle eye view.
All right, he'll have Claude come back and then put him away. So there's nothing I can see as far as threat.
What did you see?
Just some fish on a bridge.
That's weird. Aren't they usually in the water?
Like a dead fish.
Mayhaps an offering for a troll that lives under the bridge? Did you check under the bridge?
I mean, he was having him do surveillance. I assumed we just didn't hear anything about the bridge underneath it. Because
You
there's
had
nothing
him-
of note.
You had him fly about the
I said he
bridge.
was flying ahead and looking like he's scouting ahead. If there was something under the bridge.
I should make assumptions.
Well, I mean, that's what scouting ahead is taking a look at everything that's ahead. That would include under things, so I thought there was just nothing of note.
If you had him also swoop under, it doesn't start off with a lot of space, but space does become more prevalent closer towards the water. But if you had him look under too, he would see more of that mushy grass and such underneath. It does look a lot more watery under there. He sees some, like, it's a little bit unclear if he's just kind of flying quickly. It almost looks like maybe some rocks, some kind of larger stones, but like big underneath. Nothing is moving much except just this lapping of the water, which kind of obscures some vision there. Nothing seems to stand out immediately as far as like, ooh, something is threatening and moving. How long do you have Claude kind of doing his loop-de-loop?
Until he feels like everything about the bridge was looked over, so I don't know how long that would have taken to survey.
Tell me
I
how long
think-
you...
Well, he has a fly speed of 30 feet, so I don't know how far ahead that was or how long it would take, or like how the length of the bridge. So it would be whatever amount of time it would be needed. I just don't know how long
Sure.
this bridge is, or
From his perspective, let's see. The bridge itself is, it's over 100 feet
okay.
further beyond, like, to get across this river and find yourself on the other side. He comes back, again, nothing is like moving, standing out. If we're making sure, because you do see a bunch of bones around and some dead bodies, we'll say he does another pass over top. Again, not spotting anything moving in particular. A pass underneath. Again, would he ever stop moving? I mean, I'm not sure exactly what questions asked. How does one scout a bridge as a bat?
What do
He's
you
just
mean, does
flying. He's just flying. It's
Yeah.
also fine.
Yeah, he's flying around. I mean, if there was something of note, then he would probably have him like pause, flap in one area, and look farther at it. But if there's nothing like noteworthy happening, he would just continue flying about.
It looks like you see the bones, you see the bridge, you see that there is some gap beneath it. Underneath that gap, it looks like there's some. It's just all that mushy, marshy water. Those large, what look like stones, like big, smooth, covered in more gunk. The water makes everything kind of look like it's moving a bit because it's a flowing river. So it might be hard to tell just by looking about, just through his eyes. But nothing stands out like it's about to jump out.
Okay. Then to answer Viola's question, no, there's no troll from what I can see.
We could add Ste'yn to the offering pile just in case there is a troll. That would appease him. I'm kidding, guys. Lighten up. Jeez, you're acting like we're surrounded by skeletons or something. Well, we have like two options. Either Snow could stay here with Ste'yn and Beau and I could go up and check it out, or all four of us can go up together.
Well, if something were to happen, it's not. I don't see Snow pushing Ste'yn out of whatever would be happening here.
I could keep her safe just fine.
Yeah, I think we should just all go together.
Onwards we go.
Okay. Let's have y'all. See. I'm trying to kind of arrange you on a cute little map I made. I was so proud of myself. I use this program called Incarnate for some of these outside maps. And it's really good program and 100% worth. $25 a year to get all of their brushes and features, 1,000% worth it.
It's so much fun. I use it for my campaign too.
Same.
It's really great for these outdoor maps, whereas I really like Dungeon Alchemist for indoor maps. That's what I've kind of concluded right now, because Dungeon Alchemist makes really solid indoor maps. It just doesn't do the outside as well. So let's have you guys. I've got everything where I want. Okay. And come here. Come here.
Are you trying to say
Snow,
something
just
to
so
us?
you're aware,
Oh, okay.
you're not allowed to just go off and die all whoopsie daisy because we don't have Ste'yn to bring you back. So make sure you're being extra careful.
Pretty sure I was the one who suggested being careful this morning, and it was the rest of you who were like, "We're not doing that."
Forget that.
I think Snow
You
would
need
be
to
on
be
the
careful when
other
there's
side of
actual
him.
danger nearby.
Oh, can we not move them?
Oh, I always forget something. Who am I on?
We're
This
stuck.
is Beau.
Yeah, how did I ended up over here? This makes even
I was
less
just-
of a for me.
Listen, I was literally throwing tokens down. I didn't even know there was going to be a wheelbarrow. So there isn't one.
I know Snow said he was right next to Ste'yn telling stories, so I kind
Yeah.
of pictured them on either side of Ste'yn and Viola behind.
Yeah, that's
I
how
will
I
let
was
you move
picturing
yourselves
it.
precisely where you want to be. Viola. See. Okay, you should have control of your tokens now.
I cannot
So-
move mine.
What? What the heck?
Maybe you should give
Right.
Kassie control
I
of
can.
Ste'yn this time. She's the one pushing her.
You know, honestly though. So what you guys can see, so you've got the like where you see more of this lighter grass and the dirt bit of path and vinage and all of that. You can kind of test it and see that it feels much more sturdy. And where it gets darker is where you've not been as sure it was as sturdy. It tends to be more more mushy and difficult, you might say. Difficult terrain, you might say, walking through it. Just very marshy. You saw Claude had seen the fish that were piled up on the bridge. He had flown about, saw bones and such. Yeah, dirty river and all that fun stuff.
All right. Well, I guess
We approach the bridge.
Yeah.
Excellent. As you start approaching the bridge, the water from the river is fairly loud. It's moving pretty quickly. A lot of sounds that you were kind of getting accustomed to have started getting drowned out the closer you've gotten. And now you can see for yourselves where those piles of bones are, even on the bridge itself, and that little pile of fish. There is definitely an odor as you've gotten closer, and not just from like the swampiness or even that, you know, pile of fish. Like there is an odor as you are getting closer, that you can't quite put your finger on, but it definitely gets stronger the closer you get. But most sounds are getting a bit drowned out from the water and such.
Looking around like 360, we don't see any changes though. Anybody approaching or anything like that?
You don't see anybody approaching, no.
You seem to have dropped
Okay.
Ste'yn.
Yeah, I can't move her.
Here. I'm going to give Viola also control of Ste'yn.
Stage to stage.
You now have control.
I mean, let's just keep on trucking.
You said the
and
bridge is
then-
how long? 100 feet?
Yeah, so it's another or so. So it's another like 50 or 60 feet beyond the map.
See. Well, I could run across and see. First.
Sure, why not?
All right.
Zip.
Yeah. No one was talking him down, so here I'll try running across.
Okay. You all, as you guys are getting closer, and Beau gets up onto the, like, right up by the bridge, gets ready to start barreling across. Is when, Beau, give me a perception check.
That is an 18 or 24.
Scratch off your die. It's as you approach the bridge to get ready to dash across that you realize just how rank that smell has gotten. And it's not from it cannot possibly just be from that pile of fish, although that you see now has probably been sitting there a little bit, and now you can kind of see a couple of the flies like spinning around it. But there is a distinct odor now closer to the bridge, and it seems to be coming from there. You can't quite hear things, but something's causing something smelly.
Okay, and he doesn't see anything?
Not at your vantage point as is.
And how high up is this bridge?
Where you are right now, it's like, right there at the ground, but it looks like it goes probably at least 10 feet up over the water. 10, 15 feet over the water.
Okay. Well, I guess he's going to begin going across it.
Okay.
He's going to do it quietly. Oh, actually, no, he's not. Because he's testing to see if there's anything there. So being quiet about it isn't really good for a test.
Okay. So you kind of stomp your way onto the bridge?
Well, I'm not like stomping. He's just going like a normal person would to see if it attracts anybody.
Yeah. You step onto the bridge. You step, and you hear another, like, it almost sounds like another step, more like, or like a knock. But where you step down, this knock seems to come from the bridge itself.
Wait, what do you mean?
So you stepped, and, the sound of your footstep, whatever it is. And there seems to almost be like a mimicking sound, like a knock.
Okay. And he'll continue walking.
Okay. You keep walking, and that is when you hear, because you're much closer now, you can hear a heavier kind of thud clearly coming from beneath this bridge. You can see
very short thing.
Mm-hmm.
It could be short. Or what you can see, what the others can see, kind of coming out from underneath. It looks almost like something. It looks almost like a dark stone, a smooth stone, covered in this muck. But it starts to move and kind of roll itself out from under the bridge as if it were laying. And as it comes out, hands and knees, big bulbous joints and appendages, still mostly humanoid looking, but very grotesque and pockmarked, this kind of deep gray skin and kind of tombstone-y teeth, with some kind of sharper ones in there. You see what looks very much like an ogre coming out from underneath the bridge, spotting you still completely covered in this muck that seemed to be mostly hiding it. And another seems to be rolling out the other side, lifting itself up, seeing you, and immediately glaring. I need you all to roll initiative for me, please.
As soon as Viola sees that, she yells, "I knew there was a troll under the bridge!"
Technically, there's two.
Technically, I don't think it's a troll.
It looks trollish. Close enough for my likings. 16.
I got a 13.
Give me 1 second. Why is this not doing the thing?
Oh, excuse me.
Look, they move. How fun!
Oh, they're
Those
small.
are very fun.
Yeah, they are very small.
They weren't supposed to be small, but if I made them bigger, then you'd think they were like huge. But
Well,
like
they
they're
not.
supposed to be
That's
large. They're large.
No, that would be large. Yeah,
That would be large.
Is this large?
10 by 10 is large. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, just kidding. They're big boys. Look at them,
They
big
are
and
the
large. I thought that made them huge, not large.
Huge is 15 by 15.
Ah, I should have another one that's huge just for funsies. Okay. Hold on. They are over here. Covered in muck. Their big bellies are the only things that are a little less exposed. Big smooth bellies. And otherwise you can see them covered. They seem to be wearing like dark, some kind of hide, maybe wrapped around wood or stone or bone or something as like armor. They appear to be armored themselves. Let me get my little list out so I can take my little listy note. Drag this over here. Combat! Or something.
Oh no, who could have foreseen us being attacked on the road like this?
Not I.
I mean, we assumed this was happening. We're just
Yeah.
predicting that we can still tackle it without Ste'yn.
Or stay.
And also protect her.
Y'all really about to let this girl sleep. I love it. Okay. Oh, they also need to roll initiative, don't they?
It's not like we immediately just left. She had hours to wake up, but for some reason, she's not being woken up.
Yeah, she got half a morning to sleep.
Yeah.
We got a
Sounds like she
tight
hasn't
schedule
slept
to
in
keep.
3 days.
We're
4
trying to
days.
save the world, people.
We have all these different timelines that you've been giving us.
Who, me?
Yes?
Listen, life happens. What are you gonna do?
That's fine, but that's why we're not waiting around for the sleeping person.
I'm just trying to get us
Could have
caught
been
up.
safer left behind than here.
She could wake up, but then she would have been confused. We don't know
Yeah,
there's
we
people back
Still
there.
enjoy our company.
Leave a note, or else she gets killed in combat because she's unconscious.
You said you could protect her. She'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one else seems to
Um,
care about it, so guess it's up
Dag.
to me.
I
All
pretend
right.
you didn't make that comment.
Beau, what'd you get?
I got a 13.
Okay, Snow.
11.
And Viola.
16.
Ste'yn, I'm actually also going to have you roll initiative, please.
Ste'yn gets the highest.
That's a 21.
Hey, Ste'yn, can we swap? We could do that. As...
If
She's
you would
not
like.
conscious enough to
I
let you
don't
go.
think she's conscious
Well, I mean,
enough to make
that's
that
just
choice.
what his feat is. His feat is you could swap with players. So it's
What?
not. That's what his beginning feat thing, his feature.
Alert.
Alert. That's what it allows him to do. It says
with
immediately
players?
after rolling initiative, you can swap your initiatives with the initiative one willing ally in the same combat.
Willing ally. But she's unconscious.
I mean, yeah, but
I
it's
mean, I
not
guess
like
she
you
would
talk
be
it
willing.
out. It's not like you talk it out in this case, and she would be willing. She
It-
can't unwill
yeah,
it.
just. She also can't will it.
But
This is important. Are
Yeah.
you automatically unwilling or willing if you are unconscious?
Let's dive into Ste'yn's mind and be like, hey, Here's an idea.
It's important
This is
because I
also-
have spells that also include willing a creature being willing or unwilling. So I do need to know.
And it's also not like
Ah.
this feat isn't saying that your characters are having this quick discussion. It's when you're rolling initiative, which is simultaneous action. So it's us, the players, that are deciding this.
But if they're specifying ally, it sounds
How are
like
you supposed to
character.
say that? I mean, like, you're not going into combat saying, you go first, then you go first. That's not how fighting works. And your
No, but
enemies
if
are
you
just going
are-
to stand there and listening to it. That's not how it works. That's how
No.
the game is structured. So,
No, what I'm saying is that willing being you can still like right like if you're gonna swap places with somebody right and they are willing right it could be as simple as you're making eye contact and you can they are gonna move as you would direct so you could take their spot or something like that. If
I
you
mean,
are just
this-
a dead weight body, you're not willing or unwilling. You are just a dead weight body.
if you're saying it's eye contact, then what do you... So are you saying if it's a dark room, I can't use this?
No, obviously it's whatever is it's situational. It's not that specific necessarily. It's situational. But an unconscious person is not willing or unwilling unless you can get in their minds and be like, "Hey."
Technically, it cannot be that because initiative is a mechanic that happens above board. All of us take our turns at the same time within initiative. Initiative is for the players. It is not a mechanic that exists within the actual world. Because everything in a round technically happens at the same time. We, the players, cannot do that. So we invented initiative so that we all take turns. But technically all of it happens simultaneously within a round.
Yes. So then it would just be a matter of if they say ally, are they talking about ally as in player and or ally as in character?
Okay, we could
Willing
just go.
makes it seem like, it just makes it seem like it's someone
I mean, it's not...
conscious.
It means you can't switch initiative with a monster or with someone that you are acting against.
I see, I see what you're saying. I'd give it another minute of thought. Just
Well,
not now. But we'll take it into consideration.
okay, so far this feat has been worthless. I hate this change. All right. I mean, the times it would be useful, like when someone's asleep and doesn't need to go first, I can't use it, so it's basically worthless. All right, but we can start.
If we are willing, or if we're
Oh,
with everyone
I mean,
available.
we're willing. The players are willing.
We'll consider in the future. So, okay. Ste'yn, being unconscious as she is, being still in this kind of dream zone, this very peaceful, very calm place, but that tension is still sitting back there. And even in your conversation with this kind of ongoing light conversation with Atala, where it feels like no time and all time is going at once, even there you are kind of aware of some kind of tenseness there. You're wrapping your mind around that. Viola, you're up.
She is going to... She can't make it up there. So...
What part of it is difficult, by the way? You said there was difficult terrain. Is it just the green part, or is it all the parts?
The dark green.
Okay, so this like area.
So the brown is also
this?
okay.
Okay, so just
The
the
brown
dark.
and the bridge, and the light
Okay.
green.
All right.
Well, Viola will just step in front of her for now, and she will attack this guy right in front of her with her... Well, she's gonna cast
Hunter's Mark.
Hunter's Mark first. Whoops, I don't know why I did that. I just wanted it to mark... Oh yeah, I don't have to mark things for Hunter's Mark, I forgot.
I read it as
oh no, yeah, I
bard
do.
damage. I'm like, why?
Okay,
is this
so
bard
she's casting Hunter's Mark on this guy, and she's going to shoot at him with her crossbow.
Okay.
That is a 21 to hit.
21 hits. Oops.
11 damage.
Okay.
For that one, and then wait, can she use her extra attack or no?
Did she take the heavy crossbow feat or crossbow expert? Then
No. But she
no.
can throw her dagger, right?
Yeah, you should be able to do that if you want to lose it.
You just have to
well,
remember to pick it up
Well,
later.
I guess you can
Yeah.
try and fish
Pick it
out
up
of the
out of the buff
water.
later.
So if I hit him, it's going to be in him.
Well, you're
It'll
gonna be at
easy to get back later.
disadvantage at this range, wouldn't you? Isn't it 30?
20 to 60, so yeah, I guess it's at disadvantage.
Oh wait, is it? Yeah,
Is
so anything
60 where she gets
60
the
feet away.
disadvantage?
No,
or
so
is it
anything
at
beyond 20.
After
so
60, you won't hit.
yeah,
Okay.
you can't aim after that, but after the 20 is where the disadvantage comes in.
Of course, I rolled a nat 20 on one of them, but the other one was a 16, so that is... Why? Oh, that's why. I apologize if you can hear my cat singing the song of her people in the background.
You should apologize
that's a
because I
22.
can't hear it.
So 22 should hit.
22 hits.
And his speed is reduced by 10.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so when you make an extra attack of the light property, you can make it as part of the attack action instead of bonus action, which I'm not using a bonus action anyways. Okay, so that's fine. So
What are you trying to figure out?
does Hunter's Mark apply every single time she hits, or does only
Yeah.
the first time she hits on her turn?
It's when you do damage.
Okay, I think I keep getting it confused with whatever I had before. Favored foe, I think that was only the first one on her turn. So that is that and that. And then as soon as I roll this damage, I'm done with my turn. That is 10 damage. So
Okay.
21 total damage.
We're letting Roll20 do my math for me. All right.
And that's her turn.
You lash out at this guy, and he's down, you said 10 feet of movement?
Yeah, actually, she will go ahead and move. Use more of her movement to put some distance between Ste'yn and this guy.
Just wheeling.
Wait, are you toting her? You-
20.
Oh, I thought you were pushing her away the other direction.
No.
Yeah.
You just kind of
I
push the
think
wheel back.
That would be 30.
And just remember, stepping into this becomes difficult.
Yes. Yeah, I took double for that one.
Excellent. All right. Our big Ophi ogre friend. I think even with... Actually... One comes charging up. And then he has...
He does have 10 feet reduced speed.
Correct. So he's a big boy and looks very comfortable moving through the swamps and moving through the terrain. It's a little bit intimidating as you strike him and he seems very displeased. He lets out this roar, comes stomping forward. There's muck that's kind of just from the force kind of splashing out from his feet, just dirt and muck. And then he takes this leap forward, like he goes into this frenzy almost. As he the last bit of distance he closes between you is this angered jump with a club in his hands. Let's see. On the attack roll, he's going to try and hit you with this club, this great club of his. Oh wow! Even with advantage, that stinks. That's only a 15 to hit.
Nope.
Okay. He's going to. Oh, where is it? Okay, and I think he get. There he is. One more attack. I'll try the time. That's better. The second one, while he looks slightly off balance, does come careening at you. That is 23 to hit.
Yep.
That one will hit.
No
Which
more
will give
hairpins.
us- The what?
The hairpins that she had before. It's
Oh.
nothing.
Okay. That is 9. Kidding. 13 bludgeoning damage as it cracks against you with this great club. That is going to be its turn. Beau, you've now seen these creatures come out. Viola stepping up, taking charge, and it being unhappy.
Alright, so he's gonna do the bonus action for his blade song. And then he's going to take an action and throw a psychic blade at the one in front of Viola.
Okay. You have advantage on this attack this turn.
Alright.
As you note, it seems to be kind of off balance a bit.
That is then a 23 to hit.
23 hits.
Alright. And that is 6, 12, that's 15 psychic damage.
With one attack.
Yeah, because he has sneak attack
Fantastic. Perfect.
with it. And
You strike it, and you can hear it as you strike it, or as the blade strikes it. It lets out an even larger, even more crazed sounding roar.
Alright, and then he's just gonna move over to this side of the bridge.
Cool.
And that's his turn.
All right. Snow.
Ste'yn, if you could wake up now, that would be really convenient. He's gonna grab her shoulder and just shake her a bit as he says that.
Okay.
Any reaction?
Not as it seems currently.
Okay, she is now invisible.
Sure, they won't think to go in the spot where the sleeping person was.
You know?
Does that extend to the wheelbarrow since she's like touching it? She's
Is
like
she wearing
the wheelbarrow.
I don't think she is considered to be wearing the wheelbarrow.
Next time we just have to have it on top of, then it counts.
Bonus action, I will give inspiration to Viola.
Thank
And
you.
that is my turn. That is a D8.
8. Okay, that's what I thought. I'm glad that you saw the confusion in my face. And it can be added to anything, or is it a failed something?
Now it's failure.
Yeah. You
Okay.
use it when you fail anything with a D20.
Okay, cool.
Right there. The other ogre starts to move.
They're on the bridge?
Before it's technically on the bridge, it's gonna try and get up there. It's not that big, but it's still a difference. It's gonna have to boost itself. Oh, yeah. Some movement is spent getting up. and over. To you, Beau. He is going to swing. He's going to swing his great club as well. Swing low. And being this close, Beau, you can see as he swings. He didn't take that lead. That's not good. That failed. But as he swings the first time, you can see where this this armor is on him. It looks kind of makeshift. Up close, it looks a lot less intimidating. But it's still like a solid hunk of some kind of wood covered in more of that muck. And it seems to be essentially just like tied to his arm. And you imagine the arms and the legs and what's around its chest are probably tied up similarly to him by a thick, but still some kind of natural, maybe a vine or something like that. He's going to swing again. That one's a nat 20.
Silvery barbs.
Excellent. Who's getting advantage?
Oh.
Good, because that one failed miserably. That's only a 10 this time. Something about something made this thing swing, and weird distraction goes swinging wide. Maybe just mistook
There's just
how
doing
short
seductive
Beau was.
stances at a distance behind Beau.
I see you seeing me. Yep. That is the ogre's turn. It is frothing. Not frothing. The other one's kind of frothing at the mouth a bit. This one, it's just normal amounts of spittle. And that brings us back to Ste'yn.
Yes, ma'am.
Ste'yn, there is around you that jarring is starting to become much more emphatic. The clashing of this warmth and this something trying to overwhelm it. Can you please make me a wisdom saving throw?
Why wisdom?
Your favorite.
That's a 10.
Fantastic. Boy, something's going on. But also, when's the last time you had a one-on-one with your goddess? This is like maybe the best day of
smell's
your
not
life so
getting
far.
through.
It's not, but wait till it does.
Go stick her nose in the muck. That'll wake her up. We should have done that first, duh.
Well, except that
It's basically
it's also
the smell.
acid, remember? There was acid that was hurting you
yeah.
earlier.
No, I do remember
Otherwise-
I said I wasn't going to damage her pretty face.
Yeah, I
so-
remember I was thinking about Beau like
Damage something
cupping some
else.
water and dropping it on her. Then I remembered there was acid, so that would have been just
What a fun surprise that would be.
splash some
Grab
acid
one
on
of
her
those dead
face.
fish.
Please, someone slap her with a dead fish.
Ste'yn!
Speaking of Viola and your brilliance, it is your turn.
Okay, well, she's going to whack at this guy in front of her.
Okay.
With her her rapier is first. That is
This is the one who is looking
15?
suddenly 15 to hit. 15 does not hit.
so she'll use her inspiration. 23.
23 hits.
Whoop whoop. Thank you, Snow.
Don't
I thought it
don't
was
forget,
that
you should also
before.
have heroic inspiration, just as a heads up, Viola.
Yes.
Okay, just want to make sure you have that.
So that is these two. That is 12. And then
What type of damage is it?
that is piercing.
Okay. You
And
go
then
to stab at it real quick. You're stabbing at the one that is like frothing at the mouth. Seems when it lunged at you, it seemed absolutely well, actually, after it got hit by Beau and Beau's attention, it seems to be just enraged, a fury in its eyes, and your it seems to be withstanding your blow a little better than it did the first time.
Correction, 4 of that is force damage. Hunter's Mark is force damage. I don't know if that makes a difference, but...
No, that's
It
different.
would. How much of that is piercing damage?
So just 4 of it was the force damage. I don't know how much of it was piercing. Is it take half piercing or something?
It would be half of the piercing. So that would
okay.
be 8 piercing
So-
and then 4. Okay, so it's
Yes.
taking
Yes.
4.
8 total damage.
4 and 4 instead. Okay, yep. Perfect. Thank you. I think I made that pretty clear. The halved damage. Okay, I'm proud of myself. I'll take that one.
So then she'll attack with her short sword, and her rapier has Vex, so she gets advantage on this.
Ooh.
Oh wait, did she have advantage on the first
Actually,
one?
Yes.
No, you
do.
gave that to Beau.
Yeah, you did.
It is.
Alright.
It is at a disadvantage for attack rolls against it for this round. Correct.
He's enraged.
He's in a rage.
Barbarian,
frenzy.
so he's in a
I'm
frenzy.
rolling at disadvantage.
No, you're
No,
rolling
you're
at
rolling with
advantage because he's
'Cause
frenzied.
it also had advantage. Yeah.
So he's attacking
my
you with
first one should have
advantage,
had
yeah.
advantage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tit for tat.
That is 19.
A 19 will hit.
So that is this and this. That is 6 force damage and 1 piercing damage.
Okay.
And then she'll use her extra attack to attack with her rapier.
Do it.
I don't know. I'm surprised that you guys can't hear my cat. She is
Oh, I can
singing
hear
quite
it.
the song.
Oh, I
Okay.
just heard her now.
I was gonna say she's singing quite the song in the hallway. That is 25 for that one. Oh no, wait, that's a crit. I crit on a 19. I forgot. I'm a champion fighter.
So double the die that you
So-
roll.
Sweet. Okay. So for the piercing damage, it is 8, so 4. And then for the force damage, it is 8.
Nice. Okay. It still looks real mad. It still looks ready to
That's
fight.
all she got.
Okay. It is back to its turn. Let's move this. I definitely didn't do something right there, and that's okay. That's on me, not on you. The ogre. You see it reach up with its great club. And it takes it in both hands. You're not quite sure what's happening. What you see is just it lifting it kind of overhead instead of the wild swing it did before. But you can see its muscles seem to like tense up as it brings it back down on you. 4. That's another 23 to hit. Fantastic. This is going to be that is 19 points of bludgeoning damage. And I need you to make me a strength saving throw. I remember that right.
Yes, strength saving
Yes,
throw
ma'am.
for sure. Okay.
I'm sorry, yes. I came to
24.
the conclusion and did not share it. 24? Okay. You feel this thing, this club crack against you, and for just a split second you're seeing stars. But you are able to keep your footing. It is not enough to knock you prone. But it seems real unhappy. I'm unhappy for it because that would have been fun. Alas. It is going to it's gonna start maneuvering itself. It's too big. Just kidding. You didn't give it enough space. Wise of you. And not even realizing. It's gonna stay put. Less frothy at the mouth, but still angry. Beau.
Alright, so with this one in front of him, Beau is going to do Vengeful Blade with his scimitar on it. Okay. Does a 16 hit?
A
With
16.
I did roll with it.
A 16 precisely hits.
Oh, nice. All right. So, to separate out the damage, the first will be slashing. That is 13 slashing damage. And then 6 necrotic damage.
Ooh.
And if the target makes an attack or casts a spell before my next turn, it takes 2d8 necrotic damage.
I'm sorry, say it again.
So if it attacks or casts a spell.
Okay, this guy.
Yeah.
On the bridge.
Yeah, and then I'm going to use the Nick feature on his dagger, so he's going to do that attack. That does not make it. That was a nat 1.
What?
Hey. And I don't know if there's anything better to do with his bonus action. Yeah, he's just gonna stay there for now.
Okay. Snow.
I'm gonna cast Dissonant Whispers on the one engaged with Viola. So that is a wisdom saving throw.
Yes, sir. Which will be... You know they're wise, right? Just the wisest creatures. That's a 2.
It takes 13 psychic damage and
Ooh.
must immediately use its reaction to move as far away from me as it can using the safest route.
All right, so it's full movement away.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
How long is he minus 10?
Oh, that would
To
have
his
passed
movement.
by now.
That was
It's
around.
done? Okay, just making sure. He lets out another very loud yell this time, but it's not anger. It's like pee your pants fear, and it's unhappy. It starts running back towards its little hidey hole. So I'm gonna change this. He's underneath the bridge. You hear this a little bit of sloshing, almost as if maybe he's trying to like recover himself in mud. How long does that? Is it just its turn this time? It has to move away from
Just
you?
now, yeah.
Okay.
It's just an instantaneous effect.
Excellent. Anything else?
I don't know if it changes anything, sorry, but Viola would take a attack of opportunity unless someone told her not to.
Oh, as it's leaving. Yeah. I almost forgot.
It's a 12, doesn't hit.
12 does not hit.
Viola is struggling.
That's the first one she's missed so far with the help of Snow.
She's just like, guys, I told you. I told you. I read the story. I know the rhyme.
I knew the trolls were coming.
Well, I sent the bat out and I never had to make a roll, so there's only so much I can do.
It's true. No, he did a good job. He looped.
Bonus action, I'm going to give Bardic Inspiration to Ste'yn this time. Singing, Ste'yn, wake up. I don't like this. And that is it.
I like that. I like it. He doesn't like it. Okay. Anything else?
Nope.
Excellent. Bridge Ogre. Ooh. I put the wrong letter next to him. My bad. This is the Bridge Ogre, not the first ogre. He is going to attempt to grab you, Beau. There's going to be a contested strength. I think just a straight strength.
Okay. Took off 4.
He has a 16.
Ooh.
He's going to grab you, Beau, being much bigger than you are. And now here is where I didn't write this down. You can tell I homebrewed a little creature. Just a little. If you are moving with someone in your arms, and they are unwilling to go with you, but you've successfully essentially grappled them, does that affect your movement?
It's usually half movement to drag a creature.
Okay.
Really, moving or willing or unwilling, generally, the rule of thumb is half movement.
That makes sense. Let me see what that would be. Essentially, it would
I don't know if
be-
that changes if they're bigger or not.
So 5, 10, 15. You can get back here with Beau. And he is going to then let him go. He's going to drop Beau off of the side of this bridge.
Right.
He's going to drop you.
I would say, is he throwing him or is he dropping him?
I was gonna have him throw, and I was like, is that a whole nother action? Just to eat him? I thought it might be a whole other action.
I don't
But
know
he's
if it would
impatient.
be a whole other. Well, maybe.
He can at least drop him off and get him where he wants to be, which is still going to be splashing into a significant amount of this water that is going. It's also, at this point, it's a little bit of a drop.
That was 10 feet.
Yeah, isn't it like an amount, like per 10 feet? It's like
A D6.
it's a
per 10 feet.
D6.
Yeah. I thought the way you made it
Beau
sound
is
made it sound like
unimpressed.
much farther.
No, he's not like, oh, I'm dropping you off the Empire State Building. I'm
Yeah.
dropping you off of a bridge. So first, it's the D6 from the drop. Which should be 4, bludgeoning or something.
I mean, I suppose.
Makes sense to me.
I mean, he is
Yeah.
hitting a spongy surface. I don't really know how effective that is.
Fair, but he wasn't in
Depends
it
on
for
how
the.
you fall.
I mean, he's just dropping him from the sounds of it.
Depends on how you fall.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, if he's just carrying him and he drops him straight down, Beau knows how to land on his feet.
Beau is like a cat.
Beau is a cat.
But more
Howdy, cat.
importantly, because it's not thinking about that, it is thinking of the additional 5 acid damage as you are dropped into a nice fat puddle.
Beau's gonna do absorb elements,
Okay.
and so he is only going to take half of that acid damage.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, actually,
So that's only
never mind. I am not going to do that. And second thought, because it's not that much
Interesting.
damage, and I realize that these things live in this, so I don't think attacking them with acid damage is going to be very effective. So I take it back.
So, JKLOLOL.
So 5.
Oh, yes, 5 acid damage. And that's going to be his turn. You hear this smarmy little which kind of sounds like a smoker cough, but actually is it trying to laugh. Okay. Brings us back to L'Etat. Why did I put this here? Oh, that's its initiative. Ste'yn.
Yes, ma'am.
The feeling is just encroaching on you. Can you please give me another wisdom saving throw, please?
Yes, ma'am. Oh, that's much better. That's a 24.
Fantastic. 24, you said.
24.
Okay. Quit?
That's still a fail. I'll use my heroic inspiration.
No, it was not a failure. No. I'll give you that one for free. It's not a failure. It just does something else because of how high you rolled beyond the DC.
Makes you sleepy. Extra sleepy.
So 1 and 2. Okay, there it is. You feel this tension that's really starting to get overwhelming and distracting to your conversation with Atala. And she looks at you for a moment as if reading this thought, and she says, I hope you'll come see me again soon, sister.
I will. It won't be long.
And you kind of, the light kind of encompasses you a little more fully, and you feel that sense again, like a sweet pat on the head. Kind of close your eyes and enjoy it for a moment. And when you open your eyes, you are first bombarded with how bright it is, despite, like, it's this awkward pale kind of brightness in this kind of cloudy swamp. The second thing that bombards you is this smell. There's this rancid, smelly, sweaty smell of gross. The third thing you note is that you are not on your feet. You're barely on your back. You're kind of in this awkward, strewn out position.
Picture like a turtle on its back.
Yeah, it's like a turtle on your back. You're a little bit foggy as far as kind of coming to. And you steadily start to realize you are a little familiar with this exhaustion about you. You are currently suffering 2 levels of exhaustion. So it is
Cool.
half speed and disadvantage on ability checks.
Well, no, it's just -4 to all D20 rolls. That's what exhaustion does. It's your exhaustion level times 2, and then it's
New
that
exhaustion
subtracted
rolls.
from all
What?
D20 rolls.
I hate
mean,
that. I like this better.
we already had Beau
You are
under
the
those
DM.
exhaustion rules.
Hold on. Gotta
What do you mean?
change my
I mean, this
thing
isn't the
now.
first time this happened.
I think I was still imagining it.
Her speed is also
Don't ask
reduced
why.
by 10 feet, so that's still something that happens too.
Hold on.
that-
Hold on. Hold on. Let me get my bearings, because I definitely grabbed this from the other one. Let me get my bearings real quick. It was literally from the thing. What? Okay. Okay, so that's the old rules.
Mm-hmm.
Where are the new ones?
And the new players
If you have a
handbook.
character sheet up and you click on active conditions and scroll to the bottom, you can view both the core and legacy rules for all of exhaustion.
Exhausted level. Okay. I'm going to pull this up for myself. What was it again? What are the 2 levels?
So she would have -10 on her feet of distance that she can go, and then it would be -4 on all d20 rolls.
Mm-hmm.
Because she has 2 levels of it.
-4 on d20 rolls. So it's -4 because of the exhaustion level.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, so it's -2 essentially per.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So -2, and then speed and -2. Okay. Thank you. And these are all wrong and poopy. So goodbye. I'm going to cross those out. Not that it matters because she's not at level 4 of exhaustion anymore. Imagine. Never mind. Never mind. Don't imagine.
I mean, if she was
know
exhaustion
that
level
you're
4, that
awake.
would be -8 on everything, and then she would only have 10 feet of distance that she could
She would have been having a bad day. She would have been having
She's
a bad day.
fine.
Granny's staying over there. It just.
She's like, it's okay, I'm used to it. All right. Ste'yn, you find yourself awake. You are prone, but it is still your turn. You will have the use of your turn.
Cool.
As you realize, you look around. You can see yourself. The others can't see you. You don't realize you're also invisible. I imagine. But anyway, you can see snow in front of you. You're at another bridge. You do remember a bridge leading to the colony, but this one looks a little bit different, and there's fewer trees around and all that. You can see almost directly ahead of you down this bridge, this hulking, mossy covered form of something looking very threatening, and Viola, who also looks ready to fight. Also a pile of fish for some reason.
She just takes in the scene for a second, and then she's going to cast a guiding bolt on the ogre. Just like wake up, sort of sit up a little bit in the wheelbarrow, take in the scene, realize her friends are being attacked, and we're just going right to action.
You have advantage because you're invisible.
Great.
Will she lose the invisibility after she casts?
Yes.
Okay.
It's not greater invisibility.
Casting the spell will break
Oh,
invisibility.
Not like that little
bud.
guy.
A very dramatic way of
To let
Enter
us know
into
she's
fight.
awake.
In a very, oh, by the way, Ste'yn's awake.
That's a 19 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be 18 radiant damage. And he is now glowing, and the next attack gets advantage on him.
And that's the one on the
I
bridge,
see.
right?
Yes.
The other one's hidden somewhere.
Yes.
It is glowing, and it also lets out this infuriated, raging scream.
Oh, shut up.
Oh yeah,
Welcome
she's not
back, Sleeping
caffeinated
Beauty.
anymore. I'm so sad.
I seem to have missed a lot.
Oh, not that much. It's just a typical day for us.
Right. And that's her turn. She's not going to use a bonus action this round.
You gonna
Viola.
staying in the wheelbarrow?
She just sort of sits like cross-legged in it.
This is where I belong. This is my throne.
I'm trying to remember what the rule is for jumping.
It's under movement if you click on the walking.
Yeah.
And then scroll
Oh, okay.
down.
I was looking in the wrong
Mhm.
spot.
Yeah. Oh, whoops, I forgot about this.
Your strength determines how far you can jump.
Yeah, but only for a long jump. She doesn't really have 10 feet of movement to go before she jumps. If she moves diagonally back this way out of the not great terrain, because I can't think of the actual word for it.
Difficult.
Is that 10 or 5? Difficult.
It's 10 leaving it
Okay,
and on dry land.
that's what I
you're
thought.
good.
Okay. Okay. She's starting to make her way up the bridge. She can't make it all the way though, so she's going to crossbow at this guy. Ooh, that's another crit, baby.
Heck
Sorry,
yeah.
if you're attacking this guy, it is. Oh yeah, you have
Yeah, I
you have
mean, she has
advantage
a crit.
actually, but you're good.
I was gonna say I only rolled one die anyways, and I critted. So unless I got disadvantage.
No, it's advantage.
Okay.
I forgot. I forgot where I was for a second. I blacked out.
Okay. So that is.
And also, because you got a critical, you can move half of your damage without provoking opportunity attacks. I mean, half of your movement. So you were trying to get closer, you can move.
Yeah, we'll move up there. Why not?
I think. Oh.
Sorry, I had mathed and then I forgot. 14.
14. What type of
Because-
damage?
Piercing, so 7.
Okay.
Because unfortunately, she has Hunter's Mark on the other guy that's hiding.
He got scared.
If you use your bonus action to do second wind, you can also move another half of your speed, so you can close the gap if you heal yourself.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. She'll
We
do
know how to
that.
play D&D.
yeah.
Why?
I know.
Because I'm in the wrong spot.
I'm just here for the lulls.
And that is not.
I feel like this is funny to picture though. If she does a little jump on the land, then she walks a little bit more, then she breathes, runs a little bit more.
We can learn a lot from her.
Is second wind not a bonus action?
It's a bonus action.
No, it is. It's in the bonus action group. Okay, that's why. So she'll use her bonus action to second wind. Well, because sometimes it says it in parentheses right next to it. Other times it's just because it's under the category. It's annoying. No consistency.
You want consistent formatting.
I also
Yes.
don't love the way it's formatted, but I don't like the way it's formatted for other
Mhm.
reasons.
So she gets back 15 hit points.
Nice.
And then she's going to use her extra attack to whack this guy with.
Ooh, to mark that. E-boy is frenzied. And Ste'yn is no longer invisible.
You know what? No, that's still a chance to be more. Never mind. I was like, she could just punch him, but no, it's still more if
Please
she's
do.
chance to be more if she. Well, because it's force, so I'm assuming that wouldn't get halved. It's a 20, and I'm not even rolling with advantage like I should be.
Nice.
All right,
Let's
double the
go.
die
Hold on to
again.
that feeling. Hold on to that feeling for the next time I ask you if a 27
I know.
hits.
I know.
Oh, I'm so excited for you guys.
Ste'yn does
What?
eyes of the grave.
How are we doing?
Just cancel out your crit. How
Sorry,
dare you
I'm
push
so
me in a
confused.
wheelbarrow?
How dare you smack me
No
around?
crits
You
for
smack me in a
anyone.
wheelbarrow.
You thought you hit.
Disadvantage on all your
15.
ancestors.
That's 15 damage, piercing, all of it.
15 piercing damage. Becomes 7.
Yep.
Cool. I can math.
Nah, I think you want to round up, actually.
You don't want her to round up
Yeah,
because
I
then she
might,
rounds
I
up for you
might.
too.
Yeah. So when you get that damage,
Joke's on you. None of my damage ever gets halved. I get it all anyways.
she's so special. Anything else, Viola?
No, that was everything.
Okay. Beau, who is it's not your turn, Beau. But who is prone on the ground.
Wait, he's prone. I didn't know he was prone.
Oh, yes.
He just said he just dropped. That's different than saying he was prone.
I apologize. Dropped and prone.
They have not rolled something to land on his feet.
I should have said, no, you're right, because I did it for the other thing that I think I mistook it for something else. No, you're fine. I will allow it. I will make it clear if one becomes prone. But you are even nimbly having landed and getting splashed by the acid and such. Beneath the bridge, now less Pia's pants scared, is the first ogre that had left from Snow's Dissonant Whispers. And you can't see him. He's underneath. But he's going to come out or back towards you, pushing himself past the legs of the bridge and coming at you with the great club. I did that backwards.
So does he reveal himself, or is he...
shouldn't have been. I can't. It's just because it's all a flat image. It'll just look like he's on top of the bridge, but he's under the bridge. He's next to you.
Oh, I thought he was moving out.
I'll pull him out. I'm trying to pull him out, but I keep grabbing it from the wrong layer.
If he's under it, then
I
wouldn't. Then I would say don't worry about it. I just thought he was climbing out from under the bridge.
I also thought that.
Yeah.
Since he was pushing past the legs of the bridge.
Yeah.
Are there legs underneath the bridge as
There's
well?
Big Buddy.
Yeah, how many legs does this bridge have?
1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to attack you with his. He's going to attack you with his great club.
Plot twist: the bridge is actually a mimic.
You know, I was just looking at what Kevin posted in our Discord. Which, if you're not in our Discord yet, you should totally join our Discord. And that is the best for a Rocher thing I've ever seen him. That is a 25 to hit.
All right.
Going to be some bludgeoning damage. Not much, but some. It's 12 points of bludgeoning.
Okay.
As he swings it back around. For less. That is only a 9 to hit. Which is much, much less exciting. He leaps forward up to 10 feet. Nope. Missed opportunity for that. Okay. Yep, he moved, he attacked. He's growling in your face, and the smell is intense down there. But that is his turn. Which brings us to you, in fact.
All right, so for his bonus action, he's going to disengage, and then he's going to run up the beam that's right by him, up to the railing here.
That's with his spidery abilities of
Yes.
being able to climb things without climbing.
So he's going to run up, and then he'll be on the railing, and then he's going to swing at this guy with Vengeful Blade again.
Okay, go for it.
And he still has advantage on this from his state. He's frenzied.
Yes, he is frenzied. I realized Sorry, never mind. Go on. Yes.
All right, so the first one is 22.
Mm-hmm. That'll do it.
So that is going to be 11 slashing damage, and then 8 necrotic damage.
That's right.
And then he's going to use his Nick feature to attack with his dagger. Which is an 18. So that is just... Oh shoot, I just realized I didn't add 3 to the slashing damage. I didn't add his dex to it.
Oh, okay.
And then that's 5 with the dagger.
5 additional?
Yep.
What type of damage is that? Slashing?
That one's piercing.
Piercing.
And then he's going to run along the railing behind Viola.
Viola just sticks an arm out, like.
So he disengaged from the first guys. He disengaged.
So disengage just counts for the round.
Oh.
Your
now I
movement
know.
doesn't
See, I
provoke
told you, I don't
opportunity
know anything
attacks
about
for the rest
Dungeons
of.
and Dragons.
So it's for the rest of your turn. So
Okay, awesome. That's fantastic.
actually, he's
That's
gonna move
really good
just-
to have.
and it was 10. Then he'll go a little bit farther.
Very good. Very clean.
Very demure.
Very mindful.
Very mindful.
All right, yeah, that's
Though
his
the
turn.
demure, mindful one.
Snow.
Hi.
Hi. Good to see you. How you feeling?
Like I'm really far away from everything.
Snow wants a hug.
So we're gonna.
I could fix that if you'd like.
Yeah.
Don't forget the green is difficult
difficult.
terrain. The dark green.
Oh, that's true. I can't move that far through it.
You
You're
can go
trying
on
us
the
on the
bridge. That's not
bridge.
difficult.
It seems to be able to hold
Yeah,
a lot
well-
of weight. Look at all these legs.
Yeah. I mentioned it was a
Have
sturdy
a bridge
bridge.
party.
You said sturdy at least 3 times in describing it.
Thank you.
This bridge ain't going nowhere.
Snow takes
That's
one
where I'm-
step on it, and he's the straw that broke the camel's back.
All that weight.
We'll live.
The weight of his passion.
We're gonna do vicious mockery at this guy up on top of the bridge.
Okay.
So I need another wisdom save.
I love those for them.
Guy's gonna have all sorts of things happen if he attacks somebody.
It's 11.
He would take 8 points of psychic damage, and it has disadvantage on its next attack.
Okay.
Unless it's frenzying, then it would just be normal.
Yes. It is still currently. It would lose it, but. How much did. That was 8 damage? You said?
Yeah, 8 psychic.
Okay. Love it. All right. Anything else?
Nope, that's my turn.
Fantastic. Which is now this big buddy's turn anyway. Cool. He big mad. He big mad. With disadvantage, he is going to bonus leaps forward. He's going to use his movement. Oh, he's going to take that leap. Move. And that similar scream that Viola you had first heard when it came kind of charging and leaping forward. You see that same leap, but past you and towards Beau, who just looks like a fun treat. Beau be looking like a snack.
Yeah, he does.
He lands very hard on the bridge.
And
You
goes
hear
through
those.
it.
Glad it's 30.
No, good thing it's 30.
He just goes
For now.
right down.
You do hear the planks creaking as he comes down. Advantage on its attack rolls, fantastic. And Beau, you do see it. You see him take the great club, kind of overheading with it, and you see his muscles are just tensed up, like you can see all of the veins like popping, as he brings this great club down on you. Disadvantage meaning it now has normal attack.
And it now takes 11 necrotic damage.
Ah, yes. Okay. 11. Why, Die? Why?
The choices you make.
You know? That is only a 9, which is super duper unfortunate. I really want this attack to land. But alas, it does not, and it brings this great club down just right past you, and it does manage to kind of shear off a part of the one of the pillars on the bridge. Not enough to destabilize it, but it was a very heavy hit, is what you note there.
I guess Beau just kind of stepped to the side when he's
Just like,
since he's on the
No,
railing.
thank I'm good. I would love to imagine like he jumped and just like and just landed a little bit lower because the part of where he was standing is gone. That is his. Oh yeah, that's him down here. He used his disadvantage. He moved. He struck. He even used a bonus action. Cool. Ste'yn. We're at the top of the round. Back to you.
Ste'yn sees that most people have moved on to the bridge at this point, so she's going to.
We as a society have decided.
Bridge party!
She'll use some of her movement to get up and out of the wheelbarrow. Leaving it behind. It's not very
Allow it to
She-
just be normal
She
halves.
uses her wings just to fly out of it.
I'm tempted.
Gotta be as dramatic as possible.
And then she's just gonna walk over here.
Home is where the drama is.
Exactly. And she is going to cast another guiding bolt at we'll do the fella down here off the bridge.
Excellent.
That is a dirty 20 to hit.
30-20 hits.
And that is 14 radiant damage. And he is now glowing. The next attack against him has advantage.
14 radiant damage. He is aglow.
And
what does
then...
indicate the glowing?
Let's see.
Just put a little dot on him. There you go.
Yeah. And that's her turn.
So disadvantage, glowing. But he also... Oh, no, not him. This guy. So mad. That's okay. Okay. Viola.
Is this boy tall enough that he is within 5 foot of reach of me? 10-foot bridge.
Yes.
Sweet.
He's no less than 7. He's like 7.5, 8 feet. Big old boy.
Wonderful. So she's gonna swing at him with her rapier, and it's advantage, correct?
The
Yeah.
first attack's advantage.
21.
That hits.
This and this.
Oh, okay. I marked that wrong. So it's not that he had disadvantage, it's that attacks have advantage against him.
Oh, wait. 8 piercing, 5 force.
Cool.
And then she's gonna swing at him again. Is he in his rage still? Does she get her like the advantage, whatever, from that, like from before?
No, he's not the one raged,
Oh.
frenzied. It's the...
I don't think anyone's
Guy in the bridge.
frenzied now. Oh, no, my.
Yeah, he was. He is
I
no
see.
longer.
Okay, cool.
There's
That's
a
a
threshold.
24.
That hits.
And that is what? That is 6. So that is 5 piercing and 2 force. And then she's
Okay.
going to use her extra attack with her rapier again.
I can math.
Oh, I thought that was a crit. It was just the light. The shadow made the
Oh,
10 look like a
no.
19. It's a 16.
16 just hits.
This and this. That is 7 piercing and 6 force. And how's he looking?
Wow. Okay, sorry. I think literally in my head, I was like, yeah, we just talked about this. He's not like fancy or anything. He's taking full damage as I'm having damage. I'm in a silly place. Sorry, we're gonna need to up his damage some. But first, this one, 7 and 6, okay? So 15. Yeah, and then happy to throw in additional. Unless you have the exact number, but we don't need
the
it.
exact
I know that
numbers.
one of I was gonna say I'm pretty sure one of them was a 5 halved and the other one was an 8 halved.
Yes.
Oh, look at me
Okay,
remembering
So you
things.
would
So
have
just
needed
need
to
to
add
add-
back 4 and 2, so 6.
Beautiful. It is looking pretty unhappy. You're seeing it not. It's not standing up
When has
full
he ever
height
looked
as
happy?
it once. You know, its rage is its happiness. Okay, we don't judge.
She's gonna action surge then, and she will attack once more with her rapier.
Okay.
Well,
Go
twice
for it.
more, I assume.
It just gives her one additional
Well, it gives her an
action.
action, and your action, you get 2 attacks per it.
Oh.
So in theory,
That-
you
this
could
is
do
where
5.
fighters
At,
get
Fighter
really
is
you
cool.
deadly.
you could attack 5 times essentially if you
Okay.
use action surge.
Oh!
So that one's a 17
That hits.
for 9 damage.
Excellent.
And that's
Looking
including
even
the
worse
force.
for wear.
Okay.
And then it's a crit.
Is it though?
It is. It's a
Ste'yn, do you have anything to say
19.
about this? Which one of you put me in that wheelbarrow?
There's a joint effort.
No crits for any of you. No crits for Critmas.
Aw. Guys, we're gonna celebrate
22.
Critmas next year. 22?
Yes.
That hits.
Yeah.
Or damage,
Wait.
or something. Whichever
The
one.
22 was the damage, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Successful regardless.
Well, it's,
20.
Okay.
I hit him for 17. I
Yeah.
attacked
And
him. Or no, I critted with a 19.
Yeah.
I attacked
the
him for
one.
22 damage.
Yeah. It is marked.
It is not dead.
It is not dead, but it is
Rude.
potentially wishing it were, or at least that it could make one of you feel like how it's feeling right now.
How dare it not
To
die?
the grave very soon. Don't worry.
Okay, that's all she's got.
Like,
That's
you
all she's got, she
interrupted tea
says.
time with Atala. Okay. That's going to make it this very unhappy boy's turn. Viola, can you please give me a strength check? This is going to be contested as he grabs at you.
Is it like strength athletics or is it a saving
straight
throw?
strength. Just straight strength. It's essentially dueling grappling.
Okay. That is an 18.
Ooh, that is not. Well,
well,
that is better than it rolled. Unfortunately.
Oh, I can add.
wait,
you don't need to.
You don't
You're
need
good.
to. You're good.
Oh, okay.
That is better than it rolled.
I thought you said that was not.
It was sounding like that was
It's
the
going to be-
direction
it
she
is
was
not-
going.
I don't know where I was
Viola's
going with that. Y'all, I apologize. My brain. no, Archer. You all can see as it's essentially attempting to retaliate, trying to grab at her feet, her legs to pull her or something, but it cannot get a grip. It is going to fairly easily, but it will use its movement essentially to climb up. Is it? No. 5. Oops. 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm going to come over here.
He's passing Beau. Does Beau get an attack of opportunity? Is he tall enough for that though?
Is he tall?
He
honestly,
also
at this
left
point,
Viola's thing. Couldn't
Oh, yeah,
Viola get an
true.
attack of opportunity
True.
as well?
I feel like we would both have an
Could, you both
opportunity then.
could.
Sweet.
definitely
So
could.
another vengeful
I already
blade from
determined.
him.
Go for it. See what you got. Make it
Oh
count.
man,
'Cause
if
you
only
don't,
I rolled a 19, so that's 25.
that is successful.
All right.
Make
So
it
that
count.
is 8 slashing and then 7 necrotic.
Do you need the differences? Pour moi.
I couldn't tell if she did or not. Still.
No, no,
Okay.
he does not have that same. Actually,
Now
how
I
much was
lost
that?
track of it.
I need the total, which is just
19
that was 15
from me.
So actually, I gotta do this in order. I'm
Oh.
sorry. Because he passed by her first, and that could make the
Mhm.
difference. So that
Oh, I guess
was
that's true.
8. Oh, she could just like Control Z and put it. Oh, I know how much he was at. Never mind.
The numbers too.
I
if
know
you need
exactly
them.
what he was at. It was funny because it was like a perfectly even. Cool. Anyway, Viola, your attack first.
19 damage.
So you were successful on the attack. I forgot what you rolled.
I critted. I got a 20.
Oh, 19 damage. Beautiful. That does in fact make a little bit of a difference. Not much. But a little bit. You stab at it, and as it's running past, and it lets out another scream of anger, as it seems to disregard you, and then goes past Beau.
And then that center would take another 15 damage.
That one needs to be split up.
Okay, so that would be that was 8 slashing and then 7 necrotic. So 11 altogether.
GG's. You attack it, and it looks like it doesn't care. As it goes barreling past you as well, Beau, but it doesn't get far, not another few steps, before its body cannot ignore, despite the rage, that it has no life left in it and collapses to the ground. Almost like it's reaching out, like it was getting ready to attack Ste'yn. It's fine.
And then I
They
would have
just
taken
sorta
more
puts
necrotic
her hand
damage.
down. Says good night.
And it is dead. I'm gonna make it stop moving too. Look, I can pause it. I love these little moving guys. They're so cute. Okay. Anyway.
He no longer has
That
that
was
little
that guy.
yellow orb.
Okay, I guess he's not glowing anymore either. Poor
No.
sucker. Beau, it is your turn.
Alright, and then this guy's got like nothing fancy going on or whatever.
Not currently.
Okay. Beau is going to use his bonus action to give himself steady aim and then attack with advantage. And that's 16, so meets
16
it.
hits.
All right. Jeez, I roll worse with advantage.
It's almost like
Alright.
you're a dungeon master, but you're not.
So that's
Weird. Why is that
8.
happening?
That'd be 17 slashing, and then 7 necrotic. And then he's going to go at it with his dagger.
No, I was doing
Oh.
totals. The slashing, and you hear it scream. And at this point, you know that scream.
Yeah, so that's going to be
Bit
a
mad boy.
17 with the dagger, so that hits. So that's going to just be 2 damage total because I got 4 damage. So half of
Okay.
it.
Thank you.
Yep. And that's his
You
turn.
big
'cause
and
he cannot
mad.
move.
Okay. Oh, let me mark that this guy's dead.
Nick is such a great thing for weapons. I love Nick.
That's pretty fantastic. Snow, what you got?
Hello. We're
Hi.
gonna casually walk back over to Ste'yn, give her a bit of a side hug. Glad you're up. And then look back at the last remaining enemy and call out, but I'd rather you were not up. And I needed to make a wisdom saving throw against another vicious mockery.
Wisdom. That is a 16.
It will take 3 points of damage. Psychic.
Thank you. -3 psychic. Kind of shakes its head and more spittles flying left and right. Okay. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Big boy, in his frothing anger, he is going to attempt saving throw. He's going to attempt to grab at you. No. Nope. He's going to do his
Big club.
yeah, he's going to do his big club. Big boy, big club.
All right, and that's going to be 13 necrotic damage.
Thank you.
I really like this cantrip.
You're right. That's going to be a, for Viola, 25 to hit.
Yes.
Cool. As this one comes cracking down. Where am I? Doot. And doot. That's a lot less good. Oh, but also that. So that's 15 bludgeoning damage. And I need you to make me a strength saving throw.
Ooh, that's a 9.
Oof.
You used to have
No,
your
man.
heroic inspiration.
Oh yeah.
Now might be the time.
Oh my gosh.
Oh shoot. I'm gonna have to reroll that because it slipped when I picked it up. What did I say? 9?
Mm-hmm.
Well, heroic inspiration, you just roll another d20. You just reroll.
Yeah, reroll
What?
it.
With
You
heroic
reroll.
inspiration, you reroll. With bardic inspiration, you add a d8.
Oh, I was using my tactical mind instead.
That doesn't work for saving throws.
Yeah. $19.
19. That is a success. Again, so you are, for a moment, you're seeing stars, but you are able to keep your footing after getting cracked in the skull by this guy. He is going to Uh, hmm. I think he's gonna hang.
I mean, he has two
He
people
big man.
ready to stab him if he doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, regardless, right? He can't really do much about that. He likes his buddies nearby anyway. It's one thing he didn't do. I was just trying to make sure I didn't miss something. But this doesn't recharge yet, and that's fine. And this I don't get to do because you won't fail my saving throws. Anyway, don't you flip your hair at me, ma'am.
Only he had a. Never
Oh.
mind.
Giving me
But I was thinking
ideas?
because of how much they smell, it would be interesting if he had a cone attack, which is like vile breath. But
No, they're intimidating to look at. They're not actually. I mean, they're pretty. Depending. I'd love to see another DM run. I have more to learn about combat. Point being, it's Ste'yn's turn again.
Cool. She's going to return Snow's hug, and then she will cast Toll the Dead at the remaining ogre. So I need a Wisdom saving throw, please.
Excellent. You know he loves these.
Oh, I know. Ste'yn loves them too.
That's an 8.
Excellent. It's going to take 2d12 damage.
It literally has a -2 to its wisdom.
makes sense.
That's 19 necrotic damage.
Hooey. Whoop whoop. All right. Kind of grabs at its really thick, bulbous skull. More spittle flying.
The ringing of the bell commands you to die. But it's not yet dead, so.
He's not dead.
The bell is ringing.
Boy, does he wish he were.
That is her turn.
Okay. Viola.
So she's going to use her bonus action to move Hunter's Mark to this guy, now that the other guy is dead, and she's going to swing at him.
Okay. You do see him
Ooh.
frothing mad, so keeping in mind.
That is not going to make it. That is... Oh, wait. I don't get advantage, do I?
I think he does.
n-
He looks
no.
frenzy. Oh, is that not what that symbol means?
So the frenzied is one thing. I had made the mistake. The frenzied is one thing, which is his current state. That happens after he's taken a certain amount of damage in a single hit, or a single whatever. And then there's the other one where he had leapt at you. That one was more chaotic. That one allowed for the advantage.
Okay. Well, her first one misses.
Okay.
Ooh, and her second one misses too.
Oh,
She's
yay.
struggling.
What about a third?
Shaken up a little, huh?
Oh, wait, no,
She
mine
is
she
a little
hasn't. Yeah.
scared?
Yeah,
She
she
is.
used her bonus action to move Hunter's Mark. She used all of her brain power on that. No more brain power to try and land strikes.
Oh, no.
One brain cell left.
Not the lack of brain.
It
power.
wants sleep. Okay, anything else?
Nah, that's all she's got.
All right. Beau.
All right, so
Show
Beau's
her
gonna
up.
do the steady aim again.
Okay.
So he's got advantage. Oh, come on. That's 24.
24 hits.
So that is it's 15 slashing, and then 6 necrotic, and then he's gonna try and stab him, and that one's gonna miss. That's only a 13.
Okay. But it is frightfully mad at your attack.
Good. And that's his turn.
Snow. It looks very unhappy and very hurt.
Vicious mockery. Another
Please
wisdom
kill
save.
it with a vicious mockery. You know who the real hero of the story is, guys?
Go away.
You stink.
Okay. I'll go cry my acid tears. Wisdom, that's an 8.
It takes 3 points of psychic damage. And it
So
has
much.
disadvantage on its next attack.
Disadvantage.
That's it.
Okay. Thank you for sparing him to give him one last opportunity.
Oh, is he that
Because-
damaged?
Oh, he's pretty damaged.
I see.
He's also big mad. So he Oh. Brenna, you've got to read the whole card.
See, we can be any kind of enemies if Ste'yn's asleep as long as Brenna doesn't read.
It's true.
Ste'yn just asleep for the rest of the campaign.
One day, you guys would be the final boss fight and finally be like, guys, you don't understand. I memorized this bad boy. Okay. He is going to turn to you, Viola. And let's see. He's going to attempt to grab you one more time.
Oh, he's grabbing.
It'll be a
That's-
contested strength. We're switching dice. In fact, we're pulling out the big guns.
19.
Oh boy. Oh wait, he's so frenzy. Frenzy. Let's go. Final bit of
So she
death toll
failed?
strength. At this, yes. He
Okay,
would
so
have-
she would like to use her tactical mind to try and add a d10.
Is it a reaction? Oh wait, yeah, I guess it would be.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's special.
Go ahead.
Ooh, 29?
That'll do it. That'll do it. You
Not
see him
today.
like lunge towards you. He lunges towards you to grab at you. You're easily able to, not easily,
She outwits
you are
it.
able to kind of elbow your way out of it. He's not able to get a hold in order to drag you somewhere. That makes him real big sad.
Okay,
Dang, even with the +5. Ah!
always try
That's
attacking.
See, I assumed that doing a grasp like that would be
Oh,
an action.
I
Was
mean,
my assumption. That's how I had been.
I mean, grappling is an action.
Usually it takes the place of one attack if you have multi-attack.
Oh,
Usually.
heh. Oops. Cool. He's gonna swing his great club.
Sweet. Then here comes the necrotic.
Kill him in the act of swinging.
That
Yeah,
is
literally.
5 necrotic damage.
Beautiful. He tries to grapple with Viola, can't get a hold of her, screams in a rage, swings his great club towards Beau, and Beau again just watches it
Towards
like
Beau.
whiff. Oh, yeah. He doesn't like either of you. Watches it whiff. But he doesn't come back to a full stop on his feet. He kind of spins with it and then collapses with an enormous thud against the bridge that also causes some of the planks to moan kind of as they're creaking against his sudden, very heavy weight. And that is the
And
end
thank
of
goodness this bridge
that
is so
guy.
steady.
And behind getting the real barrel over
Just
there.
If I were describing this bridge, I would describe it as sturdy many times in a row, to be fair.
the sturdy bridge.
Stop!
Bridge that is
I
sturdy.
feel personally attacked.
Bridge that
Listen,
has
do you
with
want
love.
cheekbones or do you want it to be sturdy? Pick one.
Both
there's
at the
the
same
only-
time. I want a sturdy bridge with nice cheekbones.
There are bones.
Just you wait. The next
It's
bridge
got
will be a
legs.
mimic with really nice cheekbones.
Viola looks
There's
down,
already
and one of
bones
the
on the bridge.
skeletons, she can just tell really nice cheekbones on that skeleton.
Super nice cheekbones. You are out of initiative at this point.
Well, Viola's
I
gonna
feel
go
like
get her
there's-
dagger back from this guy.
I feel
Excellent.
like there's probably not much that he's gonna find, but he's gonna look over the body anyway.
Of the ogre.
Yeah.
Viola
Sure,
is gonna look
investigation
at
check.
Snow too and say, I told you that the threat of danger would wake her up. It was all a part of the plan.
You
Snow
Planned.
is ignoring her and looking over Ste'yn.
plan to get attacked by ogres.
No, we planned to go on our merry way, knowing that that danger would find us and wake you up.
I
This
see.
was their plan, not mine.
And
For
it
the
worked,
record.
didn't it? She didn't get touched. She's awake. I'd say that's a win-win.
Right. I'm glad things turned out okay. Anyone need healing?
I could use some.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind.
Ste'yn is
Alright.
going to cast Mass Healing Word to get both of them
Oh,
in
dang.
one.
To get them both
And
what?
Just get y'all both in one spell.
Oh.
And technically, Snow and herself too if needed.
No
You
token
guys
damage.
never... yeah, they never got off the bridge.
Y'all are gonna take oh, that's max healing. 13 hit points back.
Nice.
Are you okay? You look a little shaky on your feet.
I'm tired. But I'm
How can you still be tired? You slept for ages.
don't ask me how this sort of thing works.
That stupid
But I'll be
plant
alright.
that you ate.
No, that was
Yeah, no, we
I will
don't.
say
Eat, we don't do that anymore.
You're one to talk eating everything you find in the Fey realm. Okay, maybe
And
not
this
everything,
didn't happen.
but
I stand by the decision I made when I took the vial. The repercussions are not the most fun, but they're manageable.
something
Not
you're
saying you
used
should
to.
regret it. I'm just saying for future, maybe don't do this.
I mean, it did give me the best sleep I've had since I can remember, which was nice.
Well, that's good to know.
Was it a good conversation too?
It was.
I'd like to hear the rest of the story. I left in at kind of a cliffhanger.
She looks at the others to see if they're as confused as she thinks they probably are. As
Yeah,
Sam's talking
Viola
about-
looks super confused.
I mean, Beau's not.
He's focused
not
on the
paying
troll.
How did you do?
I mean, he also told us that he was looking at our mind, so he's not really confused. Oh, he got a 23 on the investigation.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, it's not much. It looks like there's some, it might have collected some stuff maybe after dinner of whatever those other humanoid bone piles were. But you do find a small bit of gold, or you find like let's see. You find 4 gold pieces. You find another 3 silver pieces on it. And you do find a couple of what appear to be some small gold bracelets that somehow
many?
ended up. We'll say 2.
Right.
2 gold bracelets. One of them was wedged in an unseemly place.
Ew.
It's an ogre. What do you want?
Do they seem to have any kind of magic in them?
Just by looking at them, they just look like bracelets. Some pretty designs on it that are all
If you did like
caked
an
up with mud.
Arcana check on it.
You can do an Arcana check.
Right. That is a 16 or
Okay.
17.
16 is fine. Nothing about any of the design or the shape or anything else about it seems to indicate magic per se. Just looks like a pretty bracelet. Two pretty
Okay.
bracelets that have seen better days.
Right.
Okay. Anything else you guys are doing here by the bridge? By the toll bridge?
We do need to keep that wheelbarrow with us, by the way.
It's only on loan.
All right.
It's a rental.
I mean, I'm fine with pushing it still. How much did you have to rent it for?
I talked him down from 15 gold
15 gold?
to 2 gold.
That's a
That is
I was
wild that
very
he thought this was
aggressive.
worth 15 gold.
for
Apparently,
15 gold. You can just buy a carriage.
I told him, well, yes, that, basically.
Well, I'm
Must be a
fine with
special
pushing the
wheelbarrow.
barrel. Ste'yn, if you want to continue to ride, I'm happy to continue pushing you.
You should. You're exhausted. Sit down.
You get another short rest in.
She'll sit
She
in
needs more
the
than that.
wheelbarrow. She looks much more comfortable sitting herself than being sprawled out in it.
Now I don't have to stop and give you a little smacky smacks on the cheeks anymore.
You... Goodness.
I had to
The
try to
cheeks
wake
are
you up
looking a little-
somehow.
Her cheeks are looking a little rosy.
I appreciate the effort.
See, it's giving you a nice flush. It looks like nice natural beauty to add to your already beautiful natural beauty. I'm assuming that after she sat, we are getting
Okay.
on the move on our way.
I
Crossing the
assume
bridge
nothing
as we
anymore.
came to it.
You begin wheeling Ste'yn in a very royal manner in her very royal wheelchair.
Like
That
having a
could have cost you
palanquin.
15 gold. There don't appear to be other interruptions. The river is moving pretty quickly. Even you note as you pass over it, the spray itself, it feels different. Everything here just kind of feels, smells, just in general different, and not necessarily positively. It's not really a refreshing kind of sound of the river, it's not a refreshing anything. And as you cross over to the other side, you're back in more of that swampy ground, and the trees are starting to come back the longer you walk. Even in some areas, they felt kind of limp and weeping, and as you continue down this path, semi-man-made, kind of natural-made, you start to notice that the trees are becoming a little more thick, a little sturdier. What's that, 4, 5? And it feels a little less marshy than it was earlier. This ground is more stable. It even looks a little bit more lush in this area. The trees are taller. It feels a little more vibrant, a little more lifelike, almost as if you're heading towards sort of an oasis. Simultaneously, I need you all to give me a perception check, please.
We're gonna spam that guidance.
18.
Let's see. That is a total of. It would be 34, but I gotta subtract 4, so we're at 30.
30.
It was a natural 20 for 30, so.
Oh! Okay.
I got a 10.
Excellent.
If Ste'yn's
Dirty
awake, Beau doesn't
20.
really care about perceiving.
Dirty 20. Yeah, Beau is on the way. He's already done with this. He's like, we got a place to be.
When we were leaving, he was getting high numbers the whole time when she was sleeping.
Ste'yn stole his thunder.
He was getting nat 20s and 21s.
It's a really beautiful rivalry friendship that those two have going on, and honestly, I'm for it. One day it will happen. You just wait. You guys note again, it does seem to be getting more lush in this area. But Ste'yn, you easily point out that it's momentary. It's maybe just this patch, because what really stands out is that you realize all of the flora and such that actually looked like it's just damp swamp earthiness. There's that strange feeling, that less refreshing. It wasn't just not refreshing, it was almost damaging. Like, you didn't necessarily want to spend a lot of time in wherever you are in this swamp area. Everything feels a little bit deadly, like it's decaying, like it's rotting. You are much more easily able to dodge the pools of water, and you mean to, because you can see, like you had seen before, kind of those swirling greenish toxic-y color. You can see it more in the pools that you've passed to reach this area. And even on closer look in this lush green of the grass here, on closer inspection, it's not so much that it's lush, it's almost too green. And there's like a sickening kind of color just in the dirt alone. The trees, tall, that you're coming across, the bark looks like it's trying to hold on against what you can now see mainly in the roots, but reaching up into the tree trunks. Between the bark, you can see more of those shades of green. Something feels toxic in this area, like it's been building up, and the trees have just been devouring it over some time. This area feels like it has been decaying. It's been dying. Something is appearing to poison it, in a way. As you go a little bit further, and you now see there's an area ahead where the trees are almost too perfectly lined in this enormous circle. And through that circle, you can see this really lovely shimmer. It's the first kind of nice thing you've seen in a minute. There's water beyond it. And you've reached the edge of a large lake. The water is like pristine. It's almost as if it's catching rays of light through the clouds that otherwise it should not be able to naturally catch. It's like a small oasis is what it looks like. If you approach close enough, you can even see almost perfectly your own reflection. Very much like when you were in the Fey realm looking in that river. This water just reflects back so beautifully. And across this large lake, is where you see this one tree that seems to stand out even among these other large, holding on for dear life trees. It is twisted in a way the others are not. Its roots seem to come out almost like appendages, firmly planted into the dirt, into the ground. You can even see some of the roots dipping into the lake. but it is enormous. Just a massive, massive tree. And there is a dark, what you can see a little clearer is a cutout at the base of it. At least 20 feet high, this cutout. An almost perfect arch leading into a dark space of that tree. As you realize you've reached the lake. You've reached the area that you had seen on the map, and what seems to be fitting of what Pernorin had described as part of his tale of the swamp. And you can also hear and sense around you movement, things in the swamp around you. Could just be natural animal sounds and animal movements, but something in your gut tells you other things are interested in this area. Not all of them friendly. Probably few of them friendly. And with that discovery, where we're going to end tonight's session at the Mirror Lake. You did it, guys. I'm proud of you.
We did it!
And Ste'yn didn't have to sleep the entire session.
Thank goodness.
If there were time, she could have woken up without the exhaustion bits, but this is how the timing landed. I'm not mad about it.
It's fine.
Yeah. It's totally fine.
She'll be fine.
We got so much
Yeah,
progress.
I think- Honestly, don't let me spoil anything.
Oh, you can
I'm
spoil
so
whatever you want.
excited. Should I? Listen, don't ask for the tea if you don't want the tea, babe.
See, I
got
always
it.
want the tea, but other people may not want the tea.
I'll spill some tea for you later.
Yay!
Or you can join
Right.
me on my stream on Mondays. Mondays are my tea in the Catacombs streams. So I'm working on all of our D&D and Tales from the Catacombs preps on my writing stream on Mondays. So if you do want a little bit of
Tune
spoilery
into
stuff,
that sometimes.
you're welcome to. Not all of it is going to be direct session prep either. Like I think
Mhm.
my next stream for that is going to be source book stuff. So that's just history, lore stuff in general. If you want in on that.
Oh, I thought
I
you were going to be
offer.
reading the book.
She's got to write the book.
I do. I have to write it first. We're just going to listen to the album, and I'm going to get a bunch of copyright strikes on Twitch. That all being said, where is my outro? Hey, here it is. Nope, that's the one shot. Just kidding. Hey, here it is. I found it. So, thank you from all of us here at Tales from the Catacombs. Catch up and recapture your favorite moments by subscribing to the channel. We appreciate you journeying with us to bring clean content to the world of tabletop RPGs. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel. We are well over 200 subscribers now. And we're in the new year, which means after all the very exciting stuff happening in a month, and when Catherine gets her life back together in some kind of routine and fashion, we're going to have a super exciting marathon-ish one-shot. That's it's gonna be so fun. I'm so excited. I'm actually like stupidly excited for this. Stupidly excited. So
It'll be
stick around for
something.
that, because we can only do that because of you guys subscribing and liking and sharing. We've had like 2 or 3 people who found us just from the algorithms, and we appreciate that. You can help with the algorithms by leaving a comment below. 1, let us know what you think about this session. 2, let us know what one of your goals is for the new year. Comments. There you go. And a particularly huge thanks to my players whose links are in the description below. Please take a moment to follow these tremendous people and their exciting endeavors. Wily, David, who plays Wily Beau, are fantastic. I feel like Beau reminded me of like a ribbon dancer in this session. The way he was like balancing on the beam in the thing. It was fantastic. I thought of my childhood. Anyway, Wily Beau. Catherine, who plays sleepy and fabulous Ste'yn. Kassie, who plays deadly adorable Viola. And Josh, who plays actually deadlier than you imagined, purely psychically, Snow. Hi, I'm Brenna. I'm your storyteller for this adventure, and we'll see you back here next time. Safe travels and Happy New Year until we meet again.